Radio. Wrestling podcast featuring Ramen Bomber and Rav and the one and only Peanut. Woo! Jobber Radio. Jobber Radio. Jobber Radio. Jobber Radio. Bitches.
Or whip his dick out when he does the demon entrance. Like, is that a part of his costume? Oh my god, it's his dick!
It's another tentacle.
Why did he paint teeth on it? He knew
It's
what he was
so
doing.
large, yeah, it's so big.
Hey everybody, what's going on? We're here, Jobber Radio time. I am Jake, aka Bomber, and I'm here with, believe it or not, this is this may be one of the first. I'm not sure. Maybe this happened
It's
one
not,
other time.
no, it happened one other time.
One other time. Okay, there we go. I already know what I'm talking about. We have Lee and Scott right now, same time. What's going on? First of all, Lee, how you doing?
Good. I don't know who the Scott person is, but
Yeah, there you go. See, if this was Scott talking, I wouldn't even know. No, but it's been a while since you've been on, right? It's been a little while. Been a little busy.
little while. Yeah, I've been working.
Yeah, busy man. All right, Scott, what you doing, man?
Not much. Literally not much at all.
Not much. I like it.
Welcome to Canada, guys.
Yeah,
There it is. Yeah, both Canadians. Nah, nothing. Nothing at all.
Whoa.
Not Trump. But anyway, so I know Matt Zion, we can just skip over you because you haven't been up to anything either, right?
And I have the most to talk about. No, I just got back from Texas. Went out and did a con for food eating called Crave Con, which is a lot of fun. Fuck Texas weather. Just the worst. I don't. The heat. The heat's not a big deal because I'm in California, so I'm used to days that are over 100. That's nothing. But the humidity out there is fucking unreal. It's like walking around in a sauna.
Yep.
The entire time. Just terrible. But that was a fun little trip. If anybody's listening to this, go on our Facebook fan page on Reckless Eating and vote on a poll. We're seeing which beer we're going to be doing for the next 100 and 100 challenge. So far, it looks like, unfortunately, Guinness is winning.
Oh, Guinness. Guinness.
I'm not terribly happy about that because it's a low alcohol percentage, but that's a tough beer to drink.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm personally, I want Not Your Father's Root Beer because I think that would be a swerve because instead of a beer, you get more of a soda malty thing.
Yeah, that's not really beer. You're trying to cheat people.
Nah, yeah, I think it'd be fun. I think that would do better views than Guinness, but I'm not sure. Whatever the fans vote, though, that is what we will do. So, but yeah, there's a lot happening here. Tried Swedish Fish Oreos. They're fucking disgusting.
Yeah, we did those we reported about those on the news. Oh my God, why the fuck would anybody make that?
Gross. Yeah, so gross. The only nice thing about it is that they're going to be more open to doing candy themed. So I'm hoping we get like Starburst or like Skittles, like really weird ones. Like let's go all out and try it.
No, I love Starburst, but man, that would be fucking terrible too, I feel.
Yeah. Yeah, it would. But
That would be terrible.
So that's it for me.
Yeah, cool. All right. Well, I guess we can. There's a whole lot to talk about in the wrestling world, because we've all really been keyed in as we go into SummerSlam here, watching every second of content.
I have been actually keeping up with it, and I have a lot to complain about. So
that's nothing new there. That's good.
Yeah, I've got some stuff to bitch about.
As I look at the current card, because the pay-per-view is this weekend, this is a really long. This is so many matches.
What's
800 matches?
I think
800
13.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, yeah. Including 3 kickoff, but...
Well, yeah, that's what I'm going to say is that I guarantee 3 or 4 of them are going to go down to the pre-show. So it probably won't be 13 total that air on the pay-per-view.
Yeah, Cesaro and Sheamus kickoff match. Yeah, Cesaro not making the card.
Oh, that's kickoff now.
Yep, that's what it says on the website.
Good.
There you go. That's one moved already, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the best of 7, isn't it?
Let's because we're gonna do our predictions, right? So let's do. Yeah. I want to talk. Let's cover like something that's outside the box first. I wanted to talk since we were talking about it anyway. The Cruiserweight Classic.
Yeah.
Let's
do it. Awesome. Fucking if you have to watch one bit of WWE TV, dare I say, one bit of any wrestling right now, watch the Cruiserweight Classic. Their production is how you do it. Their commentary is how you do it. The wrestling is top notch. Only complaint would be. I wish that they had more money put into it because it does feel kind of like a Ring of Honor show or like a cheaper NXT a little bit.
I don't know. I feel
But-
like that gives to it though. That kind of makes it stands out.
I don't think so. I mean, it doesn't stand out. It might stand out for somebody who's not a wrestling fan, but it doesn't stand out for me because I know what Ring of Honor is. So it's essentially what it is.
I love the kind of throwback feel to it, like just the cheesy graphics they're using for the intro and stuff. It feels like early 90s, like late 80s kind of wrestling show. It's just that the wrestling is like monumentally better than what you would see on like WWF Superstars back in the day or whatever. And one match to like all the matches have been decent throughout most of it, but the one match to catch is Cedric Alexander versus Kota Ibushi. That was fucking amazing.
Oh, so good. It was star making for Cedric. Like that. Yeah. That's it. I think he was already signed before. I'm fairly certain he was on their signed list. So. But I mean, now if he wasn't, I guarantee he is after that because that was unbelievable. Like that's actually potential match of the year candidate in my opinion. So good.
I do like how it has a kind of combination of all the different eras in a way. Like it looks like those old WCW shows they taped at Disney, where they're all kind of the same on that platform. There's that kind of look. It's got the graphics of like early Pride MMA, when it's like the still shots and tail of the tape. I really like that. It's a little different, but it's the sport part of it. And I think you're onto something though, Matt, where it's almost too much down that road when you know they can easily do the sizzle you want because it's the WWE. It's not like it's outside of their grasp like a Ring of Honor or a TNA at this point. It's something they can actually just implement by someone in that other department over there, and they're not. But it's an experiment, so they're kind of finding their way and
testing it.
But it's easily they're gonna do it again and again. I gotta think so.
The one thing though I would say is probably my favorite thing about the entire thing is discovering how fucking good Daniel Bryan is as a color commentator. Like this is what's rare about him, because usually color commentators in WWE history have either been like the King when he's a heel, or when he is kind of like a babyface but an idiot and a perv. It's nice to have a color commentator who calls the fucking action. You know, I mean, he adds the sizzle to it as opposed to the guy who screams a lot, who I always forget his name, but he's good too. But the fact that Brian is so positive, like when somebody does something, Brian, just when he goes, "Oh my gosh, that was the best thing," instead of feeling like it's fake, like with Cole or with JBL, where you think they're just forced to say it. Like, he's legitimately enjoying what he's watching.
Yeah, he's
that
excited.
makes me like it better too.
Well, Cole's gone down that road of this is amazing. Look how amazing this is. We're telling you it's amazing. It's the moment of the year, and like the reaction. They know what's coming, so they're going to react like that no matter what it was.
Well, apparently though,
which makes the genuine reactions even weirder when they actually happen.
This is going to make you go like, what? Apparently, because I remember it was a couple years ago, Cole said that he specifically he doesn't want to be told what's going to happen because he wants a genuine reaction.
Then his genuine reactions suck.
Terrible, yeah. Terrible.
They are very forced.
He wants a genuine reaction of what Vince tells him to the fucking headphones.
No, it's like whenever he laughs. So that was so funny, and they laugh, and it's that forced. It's like that. It's that comparison. They laugh like that.
Yes, that's terrible. Brian's really great in this, and the best thing is that he's actually competed against a lot of the people in the tournament, so he knows these people. He knows these indie people from years back, and he's like, I mean, I like the little sort of semi-storyline going through where he's like constantly backing Kendrick. He's like, I want to see him win because he was my first ever opponent, my first ever pro match, and Kendrick's little storyline of he's the older guy, so he's got to do some really dirty chicken shit kind of nasty stuff to fucking win matches, and I love that.
I want to see him win, but not like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great. It's really good. So check that out. I mean, that is a must. That is some of my favorite wrestling in the past 10 years. It's so fucking good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're down to the final 8 now?
Yeah.
I think, yeah. Who do you guys see winning? You guys see Kendrick winning?
No. It's gonna be someone that they have signed that's gonna actually debut.
His next match is with Ibushi. I don't see him going past Ibushi unless he cheats like a motherfucker. If they go for that. Ibushi. Yeah. Zack Sabre Jr. and Ibushi, I think, is going to be the final.
That'd be
great. I think so too, and I think that's what everybody wants. And it feels like with Triple H in charge, generally speaking, he just gives people what they want. Like wow, what a weird concept that a lot of people really want to see that match, and there's a good chance that he's just going to give it to them because they really wanted to see it. Oh,
and
man,
they're going to earn it. But it's going to still be earned in a tournament format where it's not just, here you go, it's next week. No, it's you feel like they had to battle to get there.
Yep.
Yeah,
As
great.
long as Grand Metalik or whatever the fuck doesn't win, then I'll be happy because he's the only one left that I don't really like that much.
Yeah, and they've already got their mask guy in fucking what's his name?
Yeah, I
Not
agree.
not Sin Cara, the other
Kalisto.
guy. Kalisto.
Kalisto.
They already got their Rey Mysterio they're trying to groom, so I don't know if they're going to go for Grand
Yeah.
Metalik future.
Yeah. What was I? Oh, there was. I noticed something about the cruiserweights are coming to Raw or something, or is it Raw or
Yeah.
SmackDown? What is that
Raw,
about?
Raw. It's Raw.
It's going to
So I think
Raw
they're-
because they
yeah,
need to fill 3 hours.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, it
So-
should.
Quote. That's
They
Triple H
should've
quote
put-
from the call.
They should put divisions. I don't like this. I don't
It
like
is,
this
though.
whole No, I know, but what I'm saying is I don't like the nonsense of the tag teams being on both shows and the
yeah.
women's being on both shows. They should have had the tag team division on one, the women's division on the other show, and then put the cruiserweights on one show, probably like Raw because they need to fill up more time. But I'm not a fan of this, like, because basically the women's division looks. I think you guys might disagree, but I actually think the women's division looks weaker on Raw only because they really only have a select few people that they're highlighting on TV. And on SmackDown, they're trying their absolute best to get these, I just call them jobber women, but jobber women over. So, like, the women are all over TV. I feel like they're being promoted more, but yet on SmackDown,
Why?
the tag team division looks really fucking weak. And the tag division looks really strong on Raw in comparison. I just don't like that. Why water them down? But this is my argument for the entire thing, and we'll probably get into that later.
Well,
So
and I said that about the draft in the first place.
That's
when
why-
they
yeah, that's what I'm
drafted the
saying.
women to one side, why draft women on the other?
Yep.
And they're even saying we might do a women's championship. Well, then why did you hire these women?
Yep.
no,
if
they
you're
already.
not gonna
No,
give
they. It was Brian. Brian did say they are doing women's title. I think
Yeah,
they're just working on it,
And
but they
they're
are gonna do
looking. No, but the way it was coming off, like, yeah, we're looking into it. We're thinking about a tag title over
Yeah,
here.
they're-
Then why
they're
are you getting tag champ? No, but
It
storyline
should have been
wise,
done right away. Yeah,
Why
it,
are you
shouldn't,
even
it shouldn't
thinking-
have waited. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
It should have just been ready
that's
for
the
him.
stupid part of it.
Like
Yeah,
the Universal title, it should be something that was dealt with at SummerSlam.
yeah. But when this happens, we will do this. Like
Yeah.
if
Yeah, I agree. But yeah.
Yeah. Cool. So, do you guys want to get into? I know. Well, what do you want to talk about first of
I
all?
wanna
Is it
bitch
about
on-
SummerSlam or before that?
I want to bitch and moan about the draft because I think I am
Jeez.
justified and I think I am correct in my assumption, and I think that they're pruning.
I've got some post-draft stuff I want to talk about that they've done since the drafting,
Yeah.
which I think is ridiculous. It's maybe on the same page you're going.
I
Matt.
mean, what I'm saying. Well, my big argument, because I had a lot of people on Twitter saying that I'm just like grumpy and
Just
I'm
an
negative.
asshole. Yeah,
And I'm an
No.
But here's my problem with the draft right now. When they start promoting guys like Kurt Hawkins coming back,
Yeah, okay, you're covering my point.
Titus,
Sweet.
like
I'll
Titus
lean back here.
O'Neil's getting a big push. Matt, aren't you happy for him? No, I'm not, because I don't care about these people. So here's my big argument: is they took one show that had everyone. Okay, so one show that was just stacked with all this talent, so many possibilities, and the weakest part of it wasn't the talent; it was the writing. Creative's awful. I mean, it's been awful for a while. It's not big news. But what they did was they took that stacked show and then they spread it out over 2 shows. So it's like double the investment and half the payoff. I don't get, like, I can't take Ziggler seriously, despite the fact that I think he's doing fine right now. But, I mean, like, when Dolph Ziggler's the guy who's challenging for the WWE title at SummerSlam, it just feels really weak to me. I mean, really fucking weak, because he's he's not seen as a star right now.
He should have been like rehabbed for half a year before he even got near
exactly.
anyone once
And
title,
you
right?
would have bought it. You would have bought it because he'd been there
Turn-
before.
Turn him fucking heel, man. Turn him heel for half a year.
You don't even have to, but you could say like turn him heel because he wants to get his fair shake finally, and this is his chance to get it, and he's going to do anything he can. The people agree, so that you can turn him back face during that. But you don't do that on 2 weeks' notice.
Yeah,
to
well,
SummerSlam.
there's too many jobbers running around. Like that's my problem. Is there's these guys, and I get it. The people that are open to this are like, well, hey, they finally get an opportunity. But what happens if I don't want to see them get an opportunity because I hated these people to begin with? They were used as an enhancement talent for the past 5 years, and now all of a sudden I'm supposed to take Darren Young and Titus O'Neil seriously.
No, here's what I think is worse. When the whole draft or the roster split ended before, they cut a lot of dead weight. With the split happening again, we are getting guys coming back. We've got Jinder Mahal, we've got Rhino, we've got Kurt Hawkins. I'm like, why are these people coming back? Just because you split it, it's like we got to pick up where we left off.
Yeah.
You got rid of them for a reason before, and yet you made it so shitty for Cody to leave, and Sandow went, and like, come on, guys, what the fuck?
And disclaimer alert: Kurt Hawkins, super nice guy in real life. If I met him, he's great, but I have no desire to see him on my TV because I think he's better off in the indies, and I'm sure he probably disagrees because I'm not the one that signs his paychecks, but he's going to show up. They're going to push him for like 2 weeks on TV, beating probably nobody. And then he's going to become a job guy, and that's going to be the end of it. And it's like, I don't want to watch an endless supply of jobbers that are just there to help fill up TV time, when before I had a stacked show of Raw where everybody was a star and all the people that they pushed were important. And now it just feels like it's extra work.
It depends. It all depends how they use the jobbers, though. I mean, if you use a jobber like you're supposed to use a jobber, it'll be fine. Jobbers are literally there for the purpose of getting people over. If they're bringing these guys back, and I'm
arguing that they're. I'm fine with that. I'm not talking about the people that lose. I'm saying that they're trying to push these guys that were the enhancement talents or the jobbers for years and years and years, and now all of a sudden they're like, oh well, now we're promoting these guys as the stars. Again, I keep going back to Titus O'Neil and Darren Young. I don't give a fuck about either of these people, and now they're taking up a good majority of my TV time every week.
Well, they may be, obviously I don't know the end goal of what they're doing, but they may be trying to build them up to still literally just job out later on down the road to make them where it's not, oh fuck, here comes Titus, this is just going to be a straight job match.
Well, here's the thing. I think the problem is they are trying to get them so you're cheering for Titus, you're booing Titus, and all these things, but they're not changing why from before. That's the problem. They're just like, look, now you want this one. Well, no, give me something different about him. If Titus just came out there and wrecked people, or did some kind of different gimmick, okay, like not drastically different, but just some different attitude. But no, it's the same Titus. Yeah, they're saying, hey, this one before you didn't like, well, here he is now more.
That is
but like him now. Like, no, give me a little something different.
Yeah, that's the problem. It's like you can't just throw the same guy out there who's lost like 8,000 weeks in a row and expect me to start cheering for the motherfucker. It's like they're just reaping what they've sown for years, where they've devalued their entire mid card into nothing.
Yeah, well, this is why one thing I'll say is a positive is I've probably in the minority on this, but I fucking love Strowman right now. Like he
got reinvented.
Yeah, he did, but that's what I'm saying. He got new music, he got a new look, he got a new attitude, he's more aggressive, and I like that they're putting him against jobbers. It makes him him look more impressive, so that when he does finally lose to Roman Reigns or whoever, it'll matter. But like they didn't just bring him out and have him come out to the Wyatt family gimmick and have him just keep the same thing. They're trying something new with him. But then you have fucking Titus O'Neil and Darren Young, and I guess Darren Young has like a new gimmick going because he's with Crazy Old Man, but he's still awful. I mean, he's just not fun to watch. Like, I just feel like that half the roster is full of a bunch of nobodies that they've trained us to think are nobodies, and now all of a sudden in the span of 3-4 weeks they're going, oh no, these guys are definitely like stars. You should be cheering for them and paying to see them. And I'm like, no, I don't think so. I'm sorry. I don't see this at all.
But see, oh, sorry. I'll let you go. Go for it.
I was going to say real quick, the way, like, they've done reinventions before, and I know, Matt, your opinion of Ryback, but he was just a nobody, then came out there and destroyed jobbers for a bit, and then ran into real guys. Same with Rusev in that sense. That's kind of what you need to see with these guys. But having Titus losing to Rusev for a while, and now coming out here losing to these guys, is no different. If Titus came out with some kind of, like, The Rock on Ballers, some kind of just like athlete. He's an athlete, dude. Come out as this cocky athlete prick. Just a little bit of an attitude of I'm better than this. Okay, there you go. That's something more. His ring work is what it is, but something like Strowman would be the way to go with him.
It felt like
instantly it's different, but now it's just him over here and not on SmackDown. Well, that's no different. I don't want this him only on Raw. I want something more.
The first like 2 weeks, it felt like they were trying really hard to do like the new camera angles, to do the new characters and everything, and now they're just back to status quo. Like it's exactly the way that it was. They've even dropped the camera angles. I'm like,
really?
What the fuck? Yeah, like
I've seen SmackDown has them still.
Okay, Raw is not.
Yeah.
I guarantee that. I've been watching that, and they just dropped all that shit. The only thing that they kept was the announcer's table being far away, and I'm just like, it just feels like they've gone back to the same old, same old. Like they're just like, okay,
It
well,
really
we tried
does.
some new stuff, and now we're just gonna creative. Creative is the problem. I don't like. Why couldn't
Did they do anything different?
No.
with creative.
I know they
stuff? Like
fucking
anything?
didn't.
Did they even split the teams?
I mean,
I
they're
don't
still,
know.
They're still doing the thing that pisses me off the most, and that even Steven booking is so annoying, and they've been doing it for the past like 5 to 6 years, and it's that whole, okay, well, they start a feud, and John Cena wins the first match, and then they go on and they have like Kevin Owens wins the second match, and then they do the third match, and that's the tiebreaker. And it's like, I hate that.
It's the tiebreaker.
There has to
But
be
he
some
also has
times.
2 wins now. It doesn't.
Well, there has to be some times where people just roll through other people, and it's just, if you
Mm-hmm.
watch over the past couple of years, it has literally been you win one, I win one, and then we do the rubber match. And like, come on, you can be more inventive than that.
The ones that roll over too are the ones like Rusev or Del
Yeah.
Rio. It's like, why are they the ones rolling through people?
That's just, nobody gets over anymore off of that, especially when they're trying to push a main event guy. Like, if you look at Austin back in the day, Austin didn't fucking lose. Like, he lost if it was a screw job or something like that, but it wasn't. Austin got into a thing with Undertaker. Austin won, then Undertaker won, and then they had the grudge match. It was Austin beat him, or Undertaker beat him, like, by bullshit means. Like, it felt like Austin would roll through people sometimes, and that's what you need in order to build a credible main event. And you need to say what you will about Cena, and I didn't like the fact that Cena crushed so many people, but at the end of the day, it did actually solidify him as a main event guy. Because there was people they had to sacrifice to him in order to make him look good.
And with Austin too, like he wouldn't get beat. He'd lose, but he wouldn't get beat. That's what you're saying when he get the screw jobs, stuff like that.
On that way, when somebody like Kurt Angle, made him tap out and beat him, it was huge. It's huge. Like, it's when somebody did finally beat him clean, it was a big fucking deal, and he did do it. And I would argue that's where Cena was kind of different for the most part, because Austin would occasionally lose clean. It was very rare, but it would happen. And with Cena, I mean, it was like, good fucking luck on that
when he tapped to Angle, like, that just falls right back to where he wouldn't give up for Bret Hart. Like that's actually an important kind of story point that sense with the character, right? And makes it bigger for Angle having won that match.
Yeah. And then they
he wasn't able to hold out. He just tapped in. Yeah, 2 weeks later.
Yeah, they threw away all that momentum, but still, creative is the problem in my opinion, and this draft was just a way for them to ignore the fact that they are not fixing their problem. And until they get to creative and fixing that, I don't think you're going to see anything of value changed.
It feels like they're exemplifying the problem.
They're
that
spreading
way.
themselves thin. That's what's happening.
Yeah.
Instead of having to write for one show now they have to focus really hard on writing for 2 shows with creative team that was already broken to begin with.
Yeah.
Well,
so
I think they have. I assume they have 2. Don't they have 2 different teams now working on? Like, they don't have the same team working.
No
on
idea.
I hadn't heard that. No, I hadn't heard that at all. So I mean, maybe, but from what I
heard that somewhere.
I'm assuming they do. I mean, if
I would
Raw,
hope so.
if you like you said, Raw changed back like after 2 weeks to doing all the same old shit again, then that was obviously probably Vince McMahon going, "God damn it, this
I don't
isn't
like
working."
Yeah,
I don't like
it.
this jib shot.
Well, SmackDown has been better though. I will give it that. It's more watchable, but it's still like as it's going,
Yeah.
it's still a chore. I'm not looking forward to it, and while I'm watching it, I'm not super entertained. I just think it's a more watchable product than Raw. But like after you've seen NXT and Cruiserweight Classic, it's just a chore.
Why would you go back?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I wouldn't throw it to the wayside just yet. I know you're not liking these guys coming back, but literally you have to. You can't just automatically assume like they're going to be great. They have to build them back up. They have to give them time. They have to give them like the chance, though. I know you're
Just don't think
pissed.
that they will. Like
I
they already
agree.
fucked up Slater.
But I feel like they're
okay.
trying. What do you mean they fucked up Slater?
Okay, so here's my problem with
You don't
'cause I
like
watched-
Slater right now?
No. I said I think they had a chance to really make something out of him, and they fucked it up completely with SmackDown. So he opens the show with his typical, give me a match thing to Daniel Bryan and Shane, and I would have argued putting him against Orton was a huge mistake. I mean, I get what they were going with it because it ended in a DQ, so technically he won. I would have said put him against one of the upper card guys there and have him get a fucking win. Could you, even if it's just a roll-up or by some means, get him to actually beat the guy? Because the fans are actually reacting to him right now. He's getting a little pop when he comes out. Why not put him in the ring with like not a Styles, but like a guy at his level that they have on the roster,
A main eventer?
and have him beat him clean? Can you imagine right there? They just made him. He's already getting the reactions. Like, give him a chance. Instead, they're like, oh, let's put him in the ring with Orton, have Orton fucking destroy him so bad that Orton gets DQ'd, and then we'll have him do a comedy skit backstage where they make him look like an idiot, and they take away his contract, and he just lays there blabbering about nothing. Oh, yeah, you definitely got him over. Good job, creative. Good job. He's so
But you got to make Orton look strong for Brock.
No, you fucking don't. No,
you can't have Heath Slater come in
I know.
and beat Orton before going to Brock.
No, not Orton. I would have been fine even if it was like, it could be a bad guy even. Do it against Bray or Rowan or something, and that leads to their split, whatever happened there.
Just
imagine
it would have.
Hey, imagine even if they had given him a competitive match with Orton where it looked like he had a chance. Imagine that what that would have done for him.
Remember when that worked for Cena in his debut?
Yeah.
The thing I don't like about the whole Slater story is that he's not signed on either, and he's showing up on either, taking time away from legitimate signed ones. Like that, security would have had him gone long ago.
Yeah.
Like on week 2, they were trying to throw out Brock, and that it's like, oh, get him out of here, get him out of here. It's like you literally. Why are you so upset about competition? It's been a week. Like it's not like he's the enemy.
Yeah.
You saw him a week ago. What's wrong with you? And yet this guy comes out every single time unsigned. What?
It just I don't like why put him on TV for so much and put so much into him and then just completely ignore the build off.
It again fell into their lap. It fell. If he just went swinging at Brock like legitimately and Brock still suplexed him around, if he just at least fought back, would have been great.
He fought just as much as Dean Ambrose did.
I mean,
he really did.
This is gonna sound ridiculous, but like have him take Brock off his feet with something. Like
oh my
have him.
God.
I'm saying though, it doesn't make Brock look weak. Have him take Brock. Brock underestimates him completely.
Absolutely.
Have him kick Brock in the nuts because this makes sense. Not when Dean did it. Have him kick Brock in the nuts and have him just fucking hit an elbow that puts Brock on his back for like 5 seconds. Sure. That's it. He's over.
And
then Brock
he pops up and does whatever.
Kills him. And that's
you know why? Because he's fighting for his life. Like literally in that segment. He was trying to fight for his kids and his family and his life. Are we supposed to boo him?
Yeah, right. Yeah. I don't. Again, they're booking him like a chicken shit idiot heel sometimes, and then other times they're booking him like I have to do this for my kids and wife. It doesn't make sense.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Man, maybe I'm just a piece of shit. I like what they're doing with them. They haven't given enough time yet to say, oh, they've completely fucked it up. It's only been like 3 weeks.
Yeah, but every week he's looked like an idiot. That's the whole point. Every week he's a good reaction.
And he's getting over and more and more over. He's getting more and more over, though.
How over is he going to be?
But he can't win.
He's going to end up like Santino over. And when they could probably at least make a middle card talent. Because Santino was never middle card talent, ever. So they could at least make him a competitive talent to use on the show. But instead, he's just going to be comic relief. Why?
I do agree. I believe he is slated into that comic relief role. But...
And that goes with why Sando didn't even want to be around anymore. Because, like, oh, you saw me pegged for comedy. That's why he wanted to go. That's why Rhodes wanted to go. It's like, no, I can be more than this. Yeah, but you're good at this. It's like, it's because you don't give me a chance otherwise. And they're burning their bridge from what could be a good guy later. I'm not saying he's WWE champion level, but he could be more than he is.
I'm saying I want to see them try things that are completely un-WWE. Things that are completely outside of the box.
You'd lose your shit if he swung a pipe at Lesnar. All planned. But if he did it and knocked Lesnar loopy even just against the ropes, it'd be like, oh, fuck, look at that. Wow. Sure. No one would see it coming. That's what they need to do. That's the opportunity they have.
I don't know. See, this is where I disagree because I think this is his opportunity because, certain guys, they have certain opportunities, but Heath Slater, I don't see him going on to be to challenge for a world title. I don't see him going on
I didn't say he did, though. We're saying mid-card talent.
I know, and I don't see him really having a good run as a legit run at the Intercontinental title or U.S. title. I see him challenging for it, sure, but not as a champion. I mean, I feel like this is, for Heath Slater, this could basically be, I know that might sound like a shit, but like as best as it can be as far as getting him over. Like
he did this against the Legends already.
Yeah, I disagree.
Yeah,
he was in Nexus. He was in Core. He was legitimate. This is literally going back to what Matt said a couple shows ago, where everyone should be able to beat everyone. I don't believe he can beat anyone because they've proven that to me.
Yeah, and then when he does, as long as they allow him to do it.
But I won't believe he will, and it'll be a fluke when he does. They've already passed over the chance of he could have done something.
But it's
already feeling too late.
I mean,
you can't give them the credit for that anymore, though, and that's one of the arguments I hate about WWE is when I complain about something, they go, "Man, it's only been a couple weeks. Give them a chance. Please let me know the last time where they had 6 months and they did anything right, because they don't." So if they have a history of fucking things up all the fucking time when there's a clear opportunity in front of them, I'm not going to be like, oh, well, I'll give them a few more weeks. Because then you know what happens? 3 weeks later, I go, oh, I'll give them a few more weeks. And then after that, I'll give them a few more weeks. You have to call them out on their bullshit now. You can't.
Big reason why is because the audience perception will get a certain way, and people will start not liking to see him, and backstage they'll be like, oh, no one wants him anymore. Well, I wonder why. That's the danger, because they can change it. They might have the plan that you want, but they might change it because of that.
Yeah.
They should have at least given him a breakout moment against Orton. I'm not saying even a competitive match. I'm saying Orton gets in the ring, underestimates him, and just have him fucking take Orton to the corner and pummel him for like a minute. And then after that, Orton can get pissed off because he got sucker punched by Slater and he wasn't expecting it. And then you relieve to your DQ. Like, make Slater look like something that isn't a joke, and then taking him fucking backstage and going, all right, so you're going to do a really bad acting job pretending like you're Noctalupi. Oh, hey, Shane, you look like Stephanie. Oh, it's fucking cringy.
Yeah.
It's just cringy.
Not a very good actor, but I mean,
No,
fuck you, Bomber.
I'm just saying. I mean,
And I agree with Bomber that, like, basically everyone sort of does have their kind of slot in the card and everything, but it doesn't mean you have to make people lower on the card look like fucking jokes. They can still look like people who can actually handle themselves in the ring, and you can believe it when they get a win once in a while. And that's all you need to do with this guy. You don't need to make him a fucking joke all the time. It's ridiculous.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just crazy, but I think that's his gimmick. That's his gimmick right now. Is he's that
Why does
guy?
it happen?
Because
Why?
not everybody has like the best gimmick. I mean, that's literally just his gimmick right now.
Well, that's not okay. Fair enough. That's not his problem.
Yeah, not everybody's
that's
getting
the
the action
Sure.
he's getting.
There you go.
I didn't say it was his problem.
I think people want to like Slater, but eventually he's going to fall into that Ziggler territory, and this is why I don't want Ziggler as a contender right now, because they gave us 2 years after Survivor Series where Ziggler looked like fucking money. Then they gave us 2 years of Ziggler just losing to everybody and being completely unimportant and just doing nothing. And now all of a sudden they're like, oh, hey, so he's really talented. You guys are going to cheer for him now. Well, what happens if Slater starts getting a more and more of a reaction? Eventually people are going to want to see him taken seriously. They're not going to want to see him continue to be a joke.
Mm-hmm.
What the worst part about it is the whole dynamic. It's not just any other match like anybody else would be. He's literally fighting for his job.
Yeah.
Of all the guys, I wouldn't care about it. If he was a
story.
Santino comedy guy, it'd be one thing. But his literal gimmick is, I need to win to get my job.
Feed my family. Like that's
the one where you throw it out the window and you let him do whatever.
Yeah.
But no, what's the matter though? He keeps coming back, and they're going to be conditioned on that. Doesn't matter if he wins; he'll just show up anyway. So they're shooting themselves in the foot on something that has literally fallen into their lap, probably more than they expected. But they're not embracing it because they don't have the plan or whatever. And I know that's presumptive, but it feels like it.
They should. I mean, like, why? If they're all about giving people opportunities, why not do something that just seems really fucking risky and have him start out SummerSlam? Like, SummerSlam starts, he comes out because he's not supposed to be there, and he just says, like, I'm not leaving until I get one more opportunity. Bring out somebody who's like a mid-card or like an upper-card guy. Have to be like, they're going to say, okay, this is your final chance. You know, if you don't win, then we're gonna take you to court. We're gonna get a restraining order. You're never gonna be seen again. And he gets a clean win over somebody who's a bigger dude, and just give him a fucking chance. That's all I want. That's what Sandow didn't get. That's what Rhodes didn't get. Give him a chance. If he fails, fine. That's great. He fucking failed, but at least you gave him a chance, and you weren't booking him automatically as a fucking joke nobody, because he's going nowhere with this gimmick.
Imagine if he got some wins over like some smaller mid-card guys, and got a bit of a reaction behind him. People started cheering, like, hey, this guy's starting to win. I can actually kind of cheer him, and then give him like a win over Jericho on the way out.
Yeah, like there you go. Like Jericho coming out and telling the joke, and then I know he's booked, but Jericho would be a perfect level talent for Slater to get just like a lucky win over on and get his job back. Someone to that degree, because he can't main event sometimes, but he's pretty much just a dude. It's just it
wouldn't hurt Jericho. He'd be bulletproof. It never happened.
Yeah, just have faith behind your people. Don't just bring out Titus and be like, oh yeah, no, all of a sudden we're supposed to care about him. How about you make me care about him? And they have that opportunity with Slater. They're not doing it with anybody else. They're just doing the same old fucking shit, and it's boring. That's why I think SummerSlam looks like a good card, but I'm not invested in any of the matches. I just know I'll enjoy it, but I don't care about anything going into it.
Well, I guess that means we should get to it then,
Perfect segue.
Yeah, this guy, he knows what he's doing almost
there you
sometimes. All right, well, I guess we're going to have to agree to disagree. I just say let's give it a little bit more time.
Yeah, I don't.
Well, where do you see it going?
Yeah.
What do you see as the end game for it? Because we see nowhere. I see it petering out because they won't have faith in him because the audience will lose faith. Matt just sees it going nowhere.
I see it. I don't see, like I said, I don't see him as a champion. I think this is his way of getting over, and he may, at the end of the day, he'll probably get the win eventually. And I don't see it going much more from there. I agree, but I think this is his slot. This is his one chance, and I think they're giving it to him right now by doing this. And he's doing okay in the role.
I thought it was the greatest thing ever when he wasn't drafted. I'm like, oh, cool, that'll be a thing he can do.
That's his gimmick.
And yet,
I don't know.
I don't like it. I don't know. It's like when they
We'll see
told
where it
like
goes.
they did the gimmick with Storm, where they'd come out and Austin's
Yes.
like boring.
Yeah.
They
Boring. And they're
fucking buried that dude.
They're like, oh yeah, no, that's gonna get him over because then the fans are gonna be like, oh yeah, he's so good. No, you literally had one of the all-time greats come out and say this guy's fucking boring, and that's it. He's dead. It doesn't matter what he does. You solidified his death, and I feel like that's what they're slowly doing with Slater.
and it felt
they're
like the same
solidifying
thing
his
with Authority to Daniel Bryan. Always B level. Well, don't they believe what you say? Stop doing that.
That's a little different because I think with Bryan had
He overcame it.
Yeah, he was one of the few that overcame it.
But there was
Slater's
danger.
Slater's not a Daniel Bryan.
No,
So
but there was danger when that was happening. It's like, what? Stop saying that. They believe you. Oh no, they know I'm a bad guy. Yeah, but they believe you because you're Triple
Hey,
H. They do.
At least Braun Strowman is fucking awesome.
I
I love him right now.
don't know, but I just want to say, on the other side of the coin, though,
Strong Roman.
on the other side of the coin to Storm, though, obviously, first of all, I think that's one of the worst things they've ever done by doing that whole boring thing, because it's bled over into everything in the WWE, and it's a terrible thing. But you know how it started. You remember it started with Storm. So I mean, yeah, it kind of buried him, but you remember it was against Storm. So
Yeah, but that.
What,
yeah, but
people
my
chanting
only
for him?
memory of Storm
Yeah.
is
That happened
him.
That happened long before.
no, I mean overall
just happened
when
in
it got no, yeah.
Overall, though, I see what you're saying. You're saying that I remember it, so it worked. But overall, there was two things I remember from Storm. I remember that he had an amazing match with Edge at SummerSlam that was a little short, but really fucking good. And I remember Austin sitting in the ring, burying him, telling him he was boring. I
remember a third one when he won the 3 titles in WCW.
And see, some guys aren't destined for greatness. That's what I'm saying. I mean, Storm, he's
So
a
why is
good
he on
technical.
the roster? Why is he hired? Like, is his legacy to be I'm that guy that had that shitty thing? Do you think he wants that
Wait,
even?
who are you
like
talking
that's
about? Slater?
I'm-
Who you talking about?
Storm, Slater,
I mean-
whatever. If you're comparing it, it's like, oh, he's Storm's remembered for that. Do you think he likes that?
He probably doesn't like it, but in the grand scheme of things, I know. I guess we're just not lining up on this, but not every guy is destined to be the greatest. That's the thing.
No,
Absolutely
but
not.
you
But
try
why
to push
prevent-
them to their greatest potential though.
Exactly.
You don't cut them
Exactly.
off at the fucking knees.
Yes, that's what I'm saying too. I know I get what you're
he
saying, Bob,
doesn't-
but you don't think he can, but that doesn't mean that you shouldn't try. Just try. All I'm asking is 4 weeks where you push him as something.
Wait, a
and
minute
if it
ago you're
works,
saying
keep-
don't give him 4 weeks. A minute ago you're saying don't give him 4 weeks. I'm the one saying give him more time.
No, saying the
consistency.
last 4 weeks he should have been treated a lot differently than he is right now. But like a good example of this is Ryder. So Ryder, I was shocked when they gave him the new push at Mania, and then they just took it out from under him. He was just starting to get his crowd response back, and you could tell people still have fondness for him. And then, they push him against Rusev again, and even though I personally couldn't take him as a serious threat, again, you heard his reactions, the crowd was starting to kind of come around to him again. Why do they keep like, you say, well, that's his spot. Ryder's spot is he's going to come out, sometimes they'll give him a little, and then they'll just go back to pushing him as a nobody because that's his spot. Well, that's horse shit. Like, what about what the crowd wants? The crowd starts to cheer for somebody, you don't take out their knees from them. Like, give them a chance before you tell them, okay, well, you're done. Just try. Again, like, don't fucking push a shit show like Titus O'Neil down my throat and tell me, oh, he's amazing, when you have guys like Slater that I think should at least be given a chance, because he hasn't gotten a single chance.
This is crazy because I'm literally saying they're giving him his chance right now. He has a chance to break out by doing this and really getting over.
Giving a guy a chance isn't, hey, go backstage and pretend that Shane is Stephanie because you're knocked loopy. That's making him look like
that
Tom
was
really.
that was a bad segment. I
And
agree.
that's what I'm saying, though. And also giving a guy a chance isn't telling him you're going to go out there with Orton,
And he's not a
Orton's
good
going
actor,
to
so.
beat your ass so bad that you're not going to get any offense, and then you're going to get DQ'd, and that's a win for you. That's not giving a guy a chance. You gotta feed him a little. If you show a man how to get water, then he will drink forever. It's like, but if you just give him water every once in a while, it doesn't fucking work. And
You almost went to a Big E voice for that.
right? It does. It's just not. It's not working
weird.
for me.
It's like it's really weird. It's like we're both saying we
I
want
know
to
what
give him
you're
a
saying.
chance. Yeah.
You think they're giving him a
This,
chance by
this
treating him
chance
like,
could be so much better.
I'm just
Because
saying
you don't-
he's getting over right now. I'm saying let's see where it goes. He is getting over right now.
I would argue he's always been a little over, though. People always like
dude.
they react to him.
Yeah,
He's one
no,
of
they
the-
always
Totally
react.
has. He
Dude,
totally
I've
has.
Positive
never
or negative,
gave
he
two
always
shits.
gets a reaction.
I guess
they might not
maybe
give
for
two
you
shits,
guys.
but they react.
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't matter what you individually think or I individually think. Listen, like go on the WWE Network, find a random Raw where he came out and talked, and at the very least, people did react to him. It wasn't huge, but it's there, and it's more than you can say for like a Titus O'Neil or a Jinder Mahal, where they come out into a match and it's just fucking nothing.
Well,
Absolute
Jinder's
nothing.
just there to job. So
Yeah, even the goddamn crickets take the night off. In those
Jinder
fucking
has
matches.
the best Royal Rumble promo ever. Do you guys remember that one?
I do not.
They interviewed him and they were like, Jinder. He's like, Jinder Mahal is most dangerous when least expected. I'll always remember that. But I see what you're saying. I think I get where you're coming at. You just don't see any value in him above a certain point. And I think
Correct.
based off his reactions he's gotten over the years, I think that there's more to him than they're giving him
Sure.
credit. And I think they tried.
Yeah.
I think it could come out. It could fail too. But I just want them to try more than just taking him to the level that you think he's worth.
Like, let
That's
it be
it. That's
organic.
what we're
If,
saying, and
if
that's
they're
fine.
really cheering for it, why not
Yeah.
embrace it?
Yeah,
I
why
At least
feel
a little
like-
bit and see what happens.
I feel like they are embracing it though. That's what I'm
I
saying.
don't think so.
No.
You
No.
push people who are over, people who are getting reactions. You push them and see what happens. It's
Like Roman Reigns.
it's so detrimental to your company to fucking ignore what the fans are saying. It's just retarded.
Well, we already know they've done it with Sandow and Ryder,
Yeah.
so I
Yeah,
mean,
exactly.
they
can
may
see
do
what-
the same thing. But I'm saying like
This is-
maybe they
See,
will.
that is
This
wrong.
is the company that does it.
Yeah.
This is the company that does that. Oh, you like this guy? Fuck you.
Can't. I swear they can't have Triple H take over this company soon enough. And I never thought I would actually think that.
I
Thought-
literally
Go.
never thought I'd agree with
5
that.
years
but-
ago, no, yeah, because I kind of assumed what Solid Monster is one of the podcasts I listened to, and for a while Solid Monster was like, Triple H is signing all these indie guys to destroy indie wrestling because he's always kind of had a thing against it. I think that's the furthest from the truth now. I think his goal is instead of having to build up a bunch of people, he wants to look as successful as possible. So he's just going to raid the world's best independent wrestling talent, and he's just going to try to make the company look as good as possible. Because, I mean, it's going to be his company. He's taking it over. So
Yep.
why would you want to destroy the foothold or the independent wrestling scene? Because if the independent wrestling scene goes, WWE hurts really bad. And I know that they would still survive, but without it, you don't have a crop of talent to eventually raid and take over. And it hurts everybody. It's like saying smaller restaurants all go out and we only are left with McDonald's. That would hurt McDonald's. In the long run, it really would, because you need to have some sort of lower base. So Triple H just needs to take over, and Vince needs to die.
Let's
just
be
die.
honest. Let's be honest. Nothing's hurting McDonald's. Let's be honest here.
I hate all the fucking crap. But yeah, SummerSlam time. Let's do some predictions.
All
I don't
right.
even know what these are.
All right. Well,
Yeah,
let's.
I got the card list.
Yeah,
here.
let's start down the bottom in the kickoff show. Let's do the 12-man tag match. We'll start from the very bottom here.
Oh,
I don't even know about that match. What match is that?
It's a SmackDown 12-man tag match. It's got 6 tag teams. We're talking the Usos, the Hype Bros,
here we go.
American Alpha, Breeze Dango, Ascension, and the fucking Vaudevillain dudes. So basically, it's the 3 heel tag teams of SmackDown against the 3 faces of SmackDown.
American Alpha's going to win that one.
Their
I think.
team
yeah.
wins, yeah.
Guaranteed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
think
mean, the
this is
Ascension
super
falls into
easy.
what we've been saying. They're comedy. Oh, it's a new beginning.
Hate
But they're
them,
going to just do the
no,
same
they need to
stuff.
rot in hell. They're terrible.
Yeah, they're going to do the same thing and nothing different. But that's the attempt. But no, American Alpha's team wins because of American Alpha, not because of Hype Bros, not because of Usos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
see Usos and American Alpha feud. I feel like that might one, it's gonna help put American Alpha as a solidified tag team, and also two, maybe it will kick the Usos in the balls and force them to actually do something other than what they normally do as the Usos. Yes. So maybe I think that'd be a great feud.
Maybe we'll start wearing big boy clothes.
The weird part is that's the tag team roster of SmackDown.
It's just the two teams. Yeah, that's it.
Like the whole all 12 guys are the SmackDown tag teams.
Yep.
And they have no title.
Well,
yeah, that's great.
First of all, I'm glad they actually did the Hype Bros now finally as the official tag team. Now that's
I feel like they're wasting Ryder because especially right now, again, you're talking about a guy who, when given the opportunity, listen to that reaction he got at Mania surprised the hell out of me. I thought everybody was done with him. No. And I feel like he would be a great upper card guy for them right now, especially because SmackDown is just a bunch of fucking jobbers running around everywhere. So why waste him in a tag team when he could easily be a good singles guy for them?
Yep. The crowd's there.
I don't know what they have. I mean, I really don't know what they have against him. It seems like they don't.
It's something about him they don't like, isn't it?
It seems like it. They really fucking don't like him. But I mean, they did give him a title win at Mania, so they had to give him.
Well, you heard the story on that though. Came out. It was I can't remember which one of the. It was one of the wrestlers' brothers did an interview, and he said it. He said that they it was supposed to be Miz to win at Mania. And then what happened was when they found out, all of the guys in the match went to the creative and basically said, if Miz wins, like they're gonna shit on it. So they're like, why don't you give it to Ryder, and that way it gets at least a decent reaction, and then have Ryder just drop it the next night because specifically Ryder, if it was like Zayn or something, then it would hurt Zayn if he lost to Miz right away. But with Ryder, it was really nothing of value that would be lost if he jobbed it out right away. So they get a good reaction. And then he can drop it to Miz without anybody getting really hurt in the long run. But I would argue it hurt Ryder a lot.
Yeah, but I mean, as unbelievable as it was still believable because of who he is and was. So.
And plus, it's a ladder match. Ladder match, you can really write it off as anybody can possibly win.
And
it's a great moment.
First match of the card too. You kind of want that to be a happy one. So
yeah, sure. Yeah. That was one of the top moments of WrestleMania. Was that surprise?
It's a legit WrestleMania moment.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree. But I think that's an easy one. We're all gonna go. Alpha, Hype Bros, Usos. That's pretty obvious.
No, just Alpha.
Just Alpha.
So,
they win. They beat all of them.
They're gonna eliminate their own tag team partners just because they're so awesome.
Yep. All right. Well, we're gonna go up to another tag team match on the kickoff: Zayn and Neville versus the Dudley Boys.
Oh, Zayn and Neville.
Yeah. I was wondering where Zayn was. So
you can't
there he is down on the kickoff. He went from a great match with Kevin Owens to the kickoff.
The guys that had arguably the best match on the last pay-per-view are both in like nothing throwaway matches.
Yeah,
that's
unrelated.
WWE booking for you. That's the way it works.
That's your something new.
Yeah, now that's what's horseshit.
I'm confused. Is this like, are they going to go for a legit tag team, or is this like a one-off?
No.
Like what?
Neville had a one-off with Sin Cara. Now he's going to have this one.
He's been feuding with the Dudleys, so he needs a partner, and he has the independent, experience with Zayn. Okay. So I'm sure it's a one-off. It's just.
It's Raw, right? So they're waiting on the cruiserweights.
Into the Dudleys, even though I would argue because the Dudleys are the actual tag team and they're going to keep being the tag team, you probably would want to give it to the Dudleys.
Do you think they're going to keep
only because they're a tag team? But I mean, give it to Zayn and Neville. They're way better.
do you think they're going to keep being the tag team after this? Because from what I read, they were sort of teasing the split kind of angle in the last couple shows.
Isn't it like the old draft?
That's fine with me. Bubba is the one that has
the value,
and Devon is fucking terrible.
Let's get new Bully Ray. I'm up for that. I want to see
Bully Ray out there. I swear to God, Bully Ray is easily the best stuff he's done in his career since like ECW Dudley Boys.
True. I agree. And it sucks because I love the Dudley Boys, but man, if they're I can see them splitting because man, if they're not gonna fucking win, why waste our time?
Yeah, that's the point. Exactly.
To get others
the Dudley Boys
the rub. Because Sami Zayn and Neville would look good for beating them, even though it literally doesn't matter.
No,
yeah.
I'm going to pick Zayn and Neville, but I will not be surprised at all if Dudley Boys win, though. I will say that.
I agree with that.
It could continue the feud with the Dudleys and with...
I feel like I probably should pick the Dudleys if I want to get this right, but I'm going to pick Zayn and Neville.
Yeah, same here.
And that's the history of the Dudleys and how like they are like a Cena. It's like you should never write them off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And how does anybody agree? Why is Zayn not on SmackDown? They're doing nothing with him on Raw, and he would be a force to be reckoned with on SmackDown.
I thought he'd be great to be a Rollins opponent, and then they did that already, and now we're nowhere.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't really care what they did with either of them as long as they used them, and like at least they're using Owens kinda, But Zayn being on the pre-show is dumb, and he should have just been on SmackDown to begin with, and where he would probably be the one going after Ambrose at this point.
I was gonna say, him and Ambrose would be
Ziggler.
Yeah, that'd be sweet.
So, did everybody say Zayn and Neville?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah.
Gotcha. All right. Well, let's go to the last kickoff match: Cesaro and Sheamus.
AKA, I like them both, but I'm really over them fighting each other.
This is a best of 7
Yep,
series.
this
isn't
kicks
it?
off the best of 7 series, I believe, right?
They've already
Which
had
they don't need.
matches.
Yeah, they've already had a couple matches.
It's the finale to their feud, part 1 of 7.
Yep.
Yeah, they ignored the first 3 matches or whatever they did. But I'd say probably Sheamus takes the first one.
I agree. The heel almost always wins the first of these, just to kind of put like a little bit of drama behind it. I think it's smart. Have Sheamus win the first 2, and then Cesaro's like, "Oh my god, I have to come back," and then he comes back. It's the best of 7 suck anyway. The only one that was any good. The only one that was good was Benoit. No, the only one was Benoit and Booker T, like in WCW.
And that wasn't heel versus face. That was face versus face.
And that's the way to do it.
Yeah.
You know what? Maybe they turned Sheamus' face out of that by actually having respectful
Oh
matches.
God, no! Don't turn it.
He needs
but
to be a heel.
Right?
He
Would you
needs
be
to be a
surprised?
heel.
But would you be surprised?
Yes, he needs to be a heel.
Yeah. No,
I
I agree.
would-
He's better as heel.
I
But
wouldn't.
no,
because
I would like to see. I want to see a best of 7 where someone sweeps it.
that would be sweet.
I've never seen it. I want to actually see that happen.
All right.
Yeah.
I would like
I'm
Barry
fine
the
with
other
it.
guy almost though.
Yeah,
Borderline
but that's-
Barry.
How close is it?
Sometimes you have to bury
that
the-
close.
To get over the other guy. Like, you can't. This even Steven stuff needs a fucking end. Some people
Yeah.
are gonna look good, and some people are gonna look bad.
You know, I'm cool. I'm cool. Cesaro just sweeping right through that motherfucker.
And it doesn't have to be like destruction either. It can be like he didn't catch him with this, he kicked out of that, he got the win. Like he pulls it out and does beat him handily, but it's back and forth, and Sheamus still is good because Sheamus will fight anyone.
I feel like if it was a sweep, it would be Sheamus sweeping Cesaro.
That would kill him.
That would be dumb.
Yeah.
Wait, you just said it wouldn't kill somebody though.
No, it would kill Cesaro. Sheamus
a lot.
is
Well,
bulletproof.
Sheamus is a multi-time
Fight
world champion though.
Exactly.
He can take it.
Yeah, he's bulletproof. The
It would
idea
look
is
great. if Cesaro beat him.
you're supposed to be building to the idea that Cesaro is this guy who's stepping up to be a title contender.
And if he can beat Sheamus 4 times in a row, differently, probably every time.
For a Sheamus or a Cesaro Lesnar match at some point, even if it's just on one of the lesser things, that's just a match I want to see. I'm desperate to see somebody take on Lesnar who is of equal strength to him.
And Joe wants it. Did you hear that? Samoa Joe wants that match.
Oh my God! I'm telling you,
He's like,
Put-
I wanted it at Mania. Give me
They're
Lesnar at Mania. It was the best thing.
Oh, that would. I swear.
It may happen. It may.
I don't think so. When I pitched it on one of my previous, or on the Job Radio on here, I got so many people that sent me messages going, "God damn it, Matt, that would be so fucking good." Like, just anybody coming out there with Lesnar and just giving him a taste of his own medicine, the crowd would go fucking insane over it.
Yeah.
Just instant star. It doesn't matter who it is. Instant fucking star. Whoever gives Lesnar 10 German suplexes.
I believe it's gonna be Goldberg, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the
That's a big rumor.
Yep.
They're gonna try to do
I think
Lesnar and Goldberg.
I want to see Trainwreck too.
No,
I want to see where they go with that.
Sure.
No.
I would. Yeah.
No.
We'll come to
Why
Goldberg and
stop giving Lesnar opponents he's already had fucking matches with? Damn it!
Anyway.
Give me fresh people.
Anyway, let's get the official. Who's saying what for Cesaro Sheamus?
I'm gonna put
Sheamus.
Sheamus on.
No, probably Sheamus is going to win it, but I'm going to hold out for Cesaro. I want to
So
see
you're
that.
so Scott,
I'm the
you're
lone
the
Cesaro.
only one going Cesaro. All right. Everybody else.
Even though I'm probably wrong.
Everybody else is Sheamus on this one. Okay. Well, let's go to. Here we go. Carmella, Becky Lynch, Naomi versus Natalya, Alexa Bliss, and like a question mark, I guess, because it's supposed to be a 6-woman tag match.
And not Eva Marie.
Yeah, and Eva Marie obviously is out, so I
Her,
don't.
like
her
her.
debut has been delayed, which they got to work that in.
I like her character a lot, so I'm kind of
It's
sad.
amazing.
She's the only one I didn't care about. Del Rio, I didn't care about Paige, but when they said her, I was like, God damn it! I really enjoy her. She's awful in the ring, but she is a heat magnet, and I love those kind of people.
I want Becky to win because Becky.
Yeah, Becky's amazing, but I don't think Becky will win because I think that they're going to set up an opponent for Becky, and then they're going to introduce a women's title. So,
Do you think they're going to add another person, or do you think it'll just stay handicap?
I think they will add another person.
I don't know who.
Yeah,
but
I don't.
I think this is like prime opportunity time to put Bailey in there. Personally,
You know what? Yeah.
What?
If you think about it, like
If she loses to Asuka, especially.
if she loses to Asuka, which I think she should, there's no reason to have her win.
Yep.
Why are they keeping someone who got the biggest reaction of the entire previous pay-per-view off of WWE TV, like what is the point? Why would you not want to make money off of her? Because she obviously will sell tickets. She's gonna to the girls. She sells a shitload of merchandise for NXT. There's no reason not to. Again, she's like a Nakamura to me. I get that Nakamura makes sense because he needs to learn like English. He needs to do some things. Bayley's ready. That's it. She's ready. She's over.
Have Bayley come in and win.
Yeah, make money and do Becky Lynch and Bayley for the title. That's
that'd be good.
Doesn't that stick her on the heel team though?
It does.
To bring her up.
But what if this is your opportunity and she's like, I don't want to be here.
Shuffle it. Yeah, have her come out.
What about Nia Jax or whatever her name is?
She's on Raw.
She's on Raw.
Is she? Oh, is she? Okay.
Yeah.
No, I love the idea of Bayley coming out there and not wanting to be on the bad guy team and like just hating it. I remember an old wild card match they had at the Survivor Series, like '96 or some shit, where there was good guys and bad guys on either team, and the interaction was amazing. So that would be great here to have Bayley. Like, she'll fight Becky. They're rivals. That'll still work. But she'll hate how her opponents want to cheat and this stuff.
Yeah.
That immediately sounds like one of the more interesting matches there could be.
Or just shuffle the fucking match around. It's not uncalled for. Like, it doesn't matter at this point. Shuffle the thing around. But you know who is awesome though? Who has a great entrance is Naomi.
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh man, that was fucking
some
awesome.
reinventing. Yeah.
Yes, she took the one thing. Well, I remember her shoes lighting up. I always loved that. She took that and she just made that her gimmick. Awesome.
Yeah, everything lights up.
Yeah,
even the mouse
I'm liking
guard.
a lot of the women on SmackDown. A lot of the women have characters on SmackDown, and Raw seems to be more about their wrestling ability.
Sure.
But I'm really enjoying the way that they're pushing, even though they're kind of all rookies. I'm enjoying their characters and the way they're pushing all of them on SmackDown.
Well, like Alexa beat Becky, and immediately like, oh, okay, this is legit then.
Yeah,
automatically you're just like, oh, okay, and she carried herself.
Anybody. That's what I like.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I'm gonna pick Natty's team. You guys picking Natty or Becky's team?
I think I am gonna go Natty's team on this.
I want Becky's team, but when you get a mystery opponent, you usually go that way. So I'm going that side.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go Natty's team, I guess. I
hope it's Bayley.
Everybody across
the unknown person is going to be the one who wins.
Usually, yeah, that's what I'm going with too.
What if it's a Bella?
Oh God!
Don't even do it. Why?
Oh,
why?
No, please.
But I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
You ruined everything right there with that.
Yeah.
See, that's typical. That's expected.
You know who they could? I was thinking. You know who they could plug into it is that girl who was on SmackDown before. It was one of Lance Storm's former students. She's got the black hair, and she like carries the rose out when she comes out. She like smells the flower as she comes out. She's on NXT, but they had her do like a job thing on SmackDown, I think, a few weeks ago. So, and she plays a heel, so she's probably the one they'll just inject into the match because why the fuck not?
Yeah, it could be.
And it doesn't. But Bayley being off TV is fucking dumb. Like, there's just no reason behind it.
I know who they'll bring in. They'll bring in former women's champion Harvey Wimpleman.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm down.
One of the greatest. All right, Intercontinental Championship. The Miz versus Apollo Crews.
Please, Miz. Please, Miz. Don't
care about Apollo. For real,
do it. Don't lose, Miz.
Yeah, no. Miz, Miz will survive, but it will not do as much as it should for Apollo to win.
I fucking hate Apollo Crews. Amazing wrestler, great athlete. He is a Bobby Lashley. He should technically have all the tools he needs by -1. Zero fucking character or personality, and that is huge. And
he still needs to be in NXT.
Yep,
So,
he should.
They need to refine that character. Miz
he
wins.
needs to be
100%.
the TNA World Champion, is what you're saying right now.
No, because Lashley is so much better now than he ever was before. He really is.
Yeah, he's got like a headband now, right? He put a headband on, gave him character.
No, but legitimately, Apollo Crews, you look at him, you're like, yep, future WWE champion, without a doubt.
Yeah,
but he's got to find that thing first.
Better in TNA, by the way. I saw a little bit of him, and I'm like, well, hey, at least he grew some semblance of a personality. But like, Crews is just awful. I can't do it. I fucking loathe his character. So Miz is my pick, and I pray to God that he wins.
I would not be surprised if Apollo did, but compared to last time the champs retained, I'm thinking they're still gonna. So Miz retains.
I say Miz as well. Please let it be Miz. Jesus.
Begging for Miz to retain the title when
That's so weird.
So we're like, oh, he never should have kept it. Like,
I think there's no secret that I absolutely despise The Miz. But having said that, I don't think it's time for Apollo Crews to win quite. That's probably not the right words because I don't know. I think it's going to be Miz. I don't know. He's not.
This is
he's
building
not ready.
Miz. We talked about how they got to
Building
have guys
Miz.
win.
He's
Well, no,
great.
Miz has to keep building and knocking off challengers. That'll make it
Sure.
even better when someone beats him. It's the Honky Tonk Man style.
Sure.
You
And
got
I
to
don't
have
wanna-
him just keep knocking off challengers.
And I don't want to
This
see
will
him
work.
lose to Apollo Crews and then win it back and be like a 23-time Intercontinental Champion. I don't want to see that right now either.
God, I hate that sounds possible.
Yeah.
This is just excellent with his wife. Like that, bringing her in
Oh yeah.
was brilliant because it just adds another layer of douchiness to his character that
Oh, yeah.
I think he was missing, and now
play
he's
off each other
perfect
perfect,
douchebag. So
He's
just keep
he
it
is the
on.
perfect douchebag. I agree
He is.
100% with
Yep.
that.
Also,
100.
having Maurice back on TV, very much yes.
Yep, I love
too.
that too.
That's always
Better
plus.
never,
She's just
honestly. I
sluttier.
think he's great.
Yeah. All right. So, well, across the board, Miz on that one. And there's a couple prayers in there, hoping that he does win. But we're going to go to big tag match. Pretty interesting here. Enzo and Cass versus Jericho and Owens.
I love their tag team name, by the way. Did you guys hear that one?
No,
Jarrett KO.
Oh,
Jericho,
fuck off.
yeah.
yeah,
That
no,
is
I like
awesome.
it.
That's
Um,
awesome.
I love how Jericho always has tag team names.
Yeah,
in it.
he
Yeah,
just literally
always.
just throws Jera in front of it.
Yeah, always.
Jera Show was one.
Yeah, there
it-
is. Go ahead. You guys can do this one first.
I was just gonna say it fits his character so well, so I can kind of let it pass. But most of their tag team names are always bullshit. But
It's great.
yeah, I kind of guess Enzo and Cass are probably the way to go here. Like Jericho and Owens aren't going to be hurt by a loss in this one. I don't think.
Y2,
They're entertaining.
Y2AJ was another one, by the way.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that was only
That
like
wasn't even
2
that
weeks.
long
Yeah,
enough.
that was only like
I
2 weeks,
upset.
but
No,
yeah.
They made shirts.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
No,
I'm gonna have to say, I still think stand by still, Enzo's gonna be fucking. I'm talking top of the line someday. But right now, I think this is gonna be one of their little. They're gonna take a hit here. I think it's gonna be Jericho and Owens kind of putting it to them, kind of putting them in their place. I'm gonna go with Jericho and Owens.
I can see both. Like Enzo and Cass, they're the established team. They should beat Jericho and Owens. However, it's Jericho and Owens, so
Yeah.
it's not that much if they lose to them either.
Yeah.
So I can see going either way. Like, Jericho and Owens can afford to lose, and Enzo and Cass can actually afford to lose to them. So I really don't know. Enzo and Cass, honestly, because we got to get the tag titles moved around. You got to have some good guy faces. I want New Day to stay champs, but I don't think they're gonna.
I don't know.
Spoiler.
Mm.
But I guess Enzo and Cass, they've won surprising matches before, so I see
Okay.
that continue.
Okay.
Cass is gonna pin Jericho, so that'll be it. There's
Yeah.
no reason. This isn't a team that's sticking around. They had nothing for Jericho, and they had nothing for Owens, and they were like, okay, well, I mean, they've had interaction before, put them together, but Cass and Enzo are the actual team here. I mean, there's no reason to have them lose to fucking nobodies, and it's not like an instance with the Dudleys where the Dudleys are already just losers. So
Did you just call Jericho and Owens nobodies?
no, as a team.
He meant directionless,
Oh.
not
As a-
nobodies, but
yeah,
directionless.
as a team, they're nobodies. They're the money in them is as singles competitors, especially Owens. Owens should have been way higher on this fucking card. I don't understand why he was thrown into a tag match that literally doesn't matter. It
This is
means
gonna be a
nothing.
good match, though.
It'll be
No,
fun.
absolutely,
Yeah, it'll be
but
fun.
it means nothing.
Means nothing, though. Yeah, it
Owens
does.
should have
this
been a
will
good guy
change-
going after Miz by now.
This is just stalling Enzo and Cass so that they can go after the tag titles soon. Like that's all it is.
Yep.
They needed to do something to distract them from the New Day, so that's what they're doing, and they're gonna move on after this. So
Yeah.
Enzo and Cass are my picks. They're gonna win.
Well,
And I agree, because their characters are guys, Enzo and Cass will go after good guy tag champs because they want the belts. And they're New Yorkers or Jersey, whatever.
way
That
it
I
should
see
be.
that.
That's the way it always
Exactly.
should be. Yep.
So,
it's just I do still find it weird that Jericho and Owens are teaming up here because literally they were just talking shit about each other not long ago.
It's the WWE logic. Heels always love each other.
But
Like,
I just remember the backstage when Owens just destroyed Jericho, talking about he says the same old shit and stuff. That was
They
like
should've
one of my
just done-
favorites.
So beautiful.
It was
They
great.
should have just done Jericho and Owens as a singles match. That would have been fun.
That's
and
what I'm
then they
thinking.
could have
This
get a big
may
win.
turn into that. I mean, this could turn
Yeah,
into that.
and then if that's the case, then you might as well have them lose. 'Cause
yeah,
then it won't hurt
that
them,
would be
and then they have
perfect.
singles.
But
Yeah.
I picked
Yep.
the other way because
I don't know. It kind of works though because they're both like the biggest assholes in the company, and a lot of times you see the biggest assholes. They'll team together just because they hate each other so much and
Yeah.
they want to up each other. You know, like it's kind of one of those real life kind of things where sometimes you see best friends are both fucking assholes and they both try to one up each other all the time.
Agree. The biggest assholes take the biggest poops, so they like each other.
Yeah. Lee, who'd you pick
Common
again?
ground.
I'm going for Enzo and Cass as
And
well.
so I'm the only one going for Jericho. Okay.
Yep.
All right. I can go with that. I can see either team winning, but here we go. All right. I think this one's a no-brainer. WWE Tag Team Title match: The New Day versus Gallows and Anderson.
Yeah, no, New Day's winning.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They've treated I think they like Gallows because I think he has a lot of friends from being there before, but they absolutely hate Carl Anderson. Like they have not treated somebody as poorly as they've treated him in the past 3 months. Like they hate him. I mean, he takes every pin in almost every match they're in. He lost to Cena in 10 seconds on Raw or something like that.
Yeah.
They hate him. So yeah, New Day is definitely not losing to the club. I mean, the club has just they have been booked to look like utter crap jobbers. No, it's New Day's winning. There's no way they're the ones to end the reign. I actually think Enzo and Cass are going to be the ones to take down New Day.
I don't know. I think if they do have Gallows and Anderson lose, that's really gonna fucking like put it into their fucking shit right away.
Agreed. And that could be by design.
They don't care about him anyway, though, so it doesn't matter. They have shown zero interest in protecting them in any way, shape, or form. So why would they start now?
If they win the tag titles, they will immediately lose them to Enzo and Cass.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
But
They will be
I still-
transitional champions. That's it.
I still think New Day versus Enzo and Cass is like a huge match. Like that,
Yep.
even though they're
the
both face
talking.
teams, I think that's great. And the fact that New Day can actually rotate in as like heels when they need to, I think that's the money match. And the club, fuck them. They had a chance. They could have been amazing by now, but they don't care about them. So that's the end of them.
I don't know. I don't see a long run out of the club, but I see them still winning the tag team titles in this match. They could, and New Day
I would
can
not be
obviously
surprised.
spin it into a. Obviously, they're not going to have Big E, so they can spin it into like maybe a little small feud. But
I think they will have Big E though. Actually, I think he's going to be there. I don't
Yeah.
think they're going to take away a SummerSlam payday from him for storyline wise. He'll be there.
He may be there, but he's
I
not.
know.
Gonna
I think he's going to wrestle. I don't think he's
Really?
hurt in real life. No, I think this just
well,
they
maybe
were
not
trying
in
to
real
make.
life, but
I
it's
know,
just-
but
yeah.
they're not going to take a SummerSlam payday away from him, and they get paid more when they're actually having a match as opposed to appearing. So that's why him and Kofi, every big match they have, him and Kofi are always the two because they're the veterans, so they get the big payday.
yeah.
So I mean, he'll be in the match, but I don't see like you're saying. Well, I don't think they're gonna have the club like have a short run. The club has had no run, and they should have had. If they were gonna win the titles, that they should have won it in that Fatal 4-Way, because then that would have protected
Oh, yeah.
New Day
I thought
and
they
Enzo
were.
and Cass, and then they could get a short run, and then they could lose it later on. But instead, they chose to just give it to New Day again, and that was when they should have pulled. They should have pulled it out, and they didn't. So I just have no faith in the club anymore from WWE's booking.
Yeah, but you say that, and you know how they book, so I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know
I would
how,
not-
no, but
I
I
would
do
not
know how
be
they book,
surprised.
and they're not booking him to win. I mean, they don't. They've made him look really strong up to this point, and they always almost do that when the heels are going to lose
sure.
because they're trying to make him look good on TV before they lose.
I gotcha. I don't know. I feel this is a must. Like, it's kind of a must win at this point.
They hate Carl Anderson. Like,
Yeah.
If you go back, it has to be because he's short and he's bald and he's generic looking, and Vince sees him and just goes, "Who the fuck is this piece of shit?" Like, they have not given him a single moment to shine since they have been on TV. He's the one guy that they never protected in that stable.
So,
I'm going to go for the spoiler though. It goes against all my better instincts, but I just want to throw the spoiler pick out there and say the club's going to win.
I
Yeah,
think
I
I'm.
honestly can see it too. But I don't expect it. New Day usually wins these, but I'm kind of thinking club.
So, sounds like Zion, you're the only one going New Day on this one.
Going New
No,
Day.
and,
New Day
he's
has
right.
seen that
He's
moment.
correct,
He
and that's
is
how
right.
it should be.
I don't know. I feel like it should be. The club should have a much bigger presence. I don't know.
They never should have broken them up with AJ. That was dumb.
I
don't-
agree.
There was no fucking
Oh,
reason
yeah.
to do
One
that.
hundred
and
percent on that.
It's not like it made AJ look better. It didn't make the tag team club look better. It was like it's like the Wyatts being broken up now. None of them have looked better except for fucking Braun Strowman, baby. That is money.
Oh
Braun!
my god. Dear Lord.
Why do they break up these factions? There's no fucking reason to break them up.
Like no.
Because it's new.
Oh my god, they had just put the club together.
That's
with
what
AJ,
I'm saying. They
and then
that's
they
what
literally
really.
just,
Yep.
they could have gotten
really
so much mileage out of that, and they were like, whatever.
Yep.
God.
Yep.
The club needed AJ. AJ didn't need the club.
Oh, that's
Well,
obvious. Yeah.
I think that's true, but I think it helps AJ because he always had people that could lose for him instead of him having to just take the pin in every match he's in.
Well, maybe that's what they were thinking. That's why the club was getting shit on, but they're kind of not doing that great by themselves.
Not doing it anymore.
But,
yeah.
Yes.
I'll gladly go for New Day and be the only one. That's fine.
Yeah.
So Matt, is Strowman your new Baron Corbin? Another big loser in mustard pants?
The difference, though, is I still stand by the fact that if you know what's wrong with Corbin, and the more I see about it, is his in-ring still isn't there, which kind of is sad because he's been with the company for like 4 years or something, and his in-ring isn't picking up. I just really like Corbin's character. I love that he's the only one in the entire fucking company who was there based off of him wanting money, and he doesn't give a shit about actual wrestling. That's an awesome character because it's a naturally dislikable heel. No, with Braun though, Braun's awful. I mean, just absolutely awful. But his fucking music and his character, I think he will be a great loss to Roman Reigns in like 6 months to a year.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be fun.
Yeah.
So Corbin has a chance. Strowman has no chance.
Just Corbin is just gross as fuck. I don't know what it is. He's just gross to look at.
No, you're right.
His stomach. Yeah, his stomach. He has like a little like happy face on his stomach because he used to be fat.
He looks like he crawled out from under a fucking car that just did an oil change.
It's true.
There you go.
I still think he has potential though, but it's dwindling every time I see him because he just doesn't seem to be getting better. Like he needs to have a really good standout feud. It's kind of like what happened with Edge when they made him a singles, and you were like, nothing's really working. But then he had those 3 amazing matches with Angle, and it clicked. Like finally, he found what he needed to be successful. And Corbin's gonna need somebody to bring it out in him because I don't think he's gonna be able to do it himself.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be Kalisto. So that's
right.
That's what's gonna do it. That's what's gonna do it.
Or Sin Cara.
Worked for Ryback.
Yeah. Jesus. Anyway, let's go. WWE Women's Championship match: Sasha Banks versus Charlotte.
Don't care about this at all since they already did the title switch. I don't care. Sasha's gonna win.
It was a shocking moment, though, Matt. What are you talking about?
It was shocking, but like I feel like it would have had more substance if it happened at SummerSlam. But I guess they were really trying to go for something. I mean, this feud sucked. You know who's taken away from it? Dana Brooke is awful. She worse and worse, and like I really like her character. Like I guess when she was with Emma, because Emma's not amazing, they could both be average together. But now that she's with Charlotte, and Charlotte is so fucking, so much better. I don't think she's really good, but she's so much better.
Sure.
Dana's just there blowing spots and looking like an idiot.
Yep.
And I don't know. Feud feels like they're just dragging it out.
And just for you, Dana Brooke is barred from ringside, is what it says right here on the website.
Yeah, she'll still be there.
So who you picking?
Oh, Sasha's winning. Charlotte has no prayer in hell. Yeah, Charlotte.
I would hope Sasha wins. Yeah, I'm gonna pick Sasha on this one too. What about Lee and Lee? What are you guys going with?
Hey,
Sasha. I'm going with Sasha.
Yeah, Sasha.
So everybody, Sasha across the board. Sasha across the board. I think that's a safe bet. All right. And yes, I also agree. They definitely should have saved this title change till WrestleMania or till SummerSlam. But all right, big time. Here we go. United States Championship match. The champion Rusev versus the People's Champion Roman Reigns.
Didn't they just do a half hour on Raw?
That's why Roman's not going to win.
That was for the honor of Lana.
Yeah, that means it's going to be like a DQ finish. But that's the only reason why I'm 100% confident that Rusev will retain, because they did that match on Raw. That gave it away completely. So I'm 100% behind Rusev. It'll be shitty means, but he's gonna beat him because this feud's not done yet.
No, and isn't it crazy that Roman is actually starting to not get booed out of the building?
Well, yeah. Oh, isn't it nuts that they knocked him down a peg and they're making him like a mid card guy instead of. Yeah, making him earn it. Oh, isn't that nuts? Like watching a guy have to earn his spot and people starting to naturally like him because that's so crazy.
Yeah.
I just go back to shoving him down our fucking throats for 2 years. I think that'll work better.
But
Yeah.
I,
No, I love him coming out for the whole like the wedding whatever thing. Let's be a total douchebag to it. That was great.
That took like 30 minutes to get to the point. So
Yeah,
it's
no,
like,
I
was like,
watched
just
the highlights.
throw her in the
That was
cake,
good.
goddammit, and get it over with.
Yeah, throw her in badly so she stumbles and does it bad.
Yeah. Yeah,
But-
I don't care about this feud. I like both guys. I think it's going to be a fun match, but I think it's going to be they're going to put it on like halfway through when the crowd. It's going to be the shit break. Like they're going to think that this is important, but it's not going to get a great reaction, and it's going to have a bullshit finish because they're going to go to the next pay-per-view to finish it. And this is literally just they're holding over place for Reigns before he goes back to deal with Rollins.
Yeah, no, I'm predicting that there's going to be some shenanigans and Roman will pass out in the Accolade.
There you go. Yeah, I mean, no matter what, it's going to be a bullshit finish. That's the whole point.
it's not a bad idea. It's not a bad call on that.
They'll try the Austin thing where like he tries to fight out of it and they're making him look like a badass because he just
Yeah.
passes out instead.
Yep,
But,
but it could
he's
work.
badass.
For him, they could organically do this.
I will defend Reigns all day, every day. I think he is the example of he's like the opposite of Corbin because they both have the look, but I think Reigns is getting fucking awesome. He just gets better and better.
Corbin has
Like,
the look. I just said that motherfucker's ugly as shit.
Yeah,
It's
but
called
that
wrestling. Of course
works,
he is.
though. That works for us. I think Corbin has a great look because he looks like shit, so it works. But I'm saying that I think Reigns. I think in 5 years, Reigns is going to be one of the best big men wrestlers on the planet because he's soaking up every time he faces someone new. I feel like his matches improve. Like after Styles, he has been awesome since he's been back. It's really good stuff. He is excellent. So underrated as a wrestler.
Yeah, I've always enjoyed his matches, but
It's better when he has to fight for it.
I agree.
He's better when he has to fight for it.
true.
Yep.
But let's be honest. Let's say he does his thing. He gets back up to the top. Is he still gonna be booed though?
Yes.
Yeah. So
Unless they do
Yeah,
it
that
right to
doesn't matter.
get there.
It doesn't matter what they do. If he's
No.
not a heel, he will get booed if he's going for the WWE title.
I
Yeah.
agree.
They
With
fuck themselves on that. So
Yeah, no, I honestly see. I think there is a way to do it. I don't think they're going to do it. But if they have him do the pass out thing where it's like, oh, he beat me, but whatever happened, give me another shot.
Yeah.
They can go down a road to have it where they don't boo him.
I don't know. I think he's a little too far gone as far as he would have to like put in a lot of fucking time away from
You
the
think
title
he's
scene.
you think he's too far gone, but Slater has a chance. Roman is nowhere even close to being
No.
gone.
Far gone
Stop.
as Far gone as he's going to be cheered in a world title match as a
yeah,
face.
I don't. It's never. It's
Oh, you
never
can
gonna
fix it.
happen.
Not
until
anytime.
he turns heel.
It won't be for the next 2 years.
No, that's what I'm saying. He's got to put in a
But yeah,
lot of time.
It'll happen. Yeah.
He's got to be heel for
Turn him
a
full on heel.
long, long time.
Yeah. No, I'm not saying he's too far gone to like
Okay.
be on the top again. no.
No, to be salvageable is what I thought you were saying.
Yeah,
Sorry.
no. But I think Rusev's gonna win. I'm locking that in. What do you guys go down the road? What do you guys think?
I agree. Yep. He'll choke him out. Pass out.
Rusev crush.
Yeah,
Not
Rusev's
his
winning it.
pussy.
Fine,
All
wait,
right, there it
Rusev's
is. There it is.
Somehow Lana gets involved and he doesn't do it because he's a man, and Rusev takes advantage.
I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if they gave the United States title to
Oh, no.
Reigns because they could do the whole thing where he has to go through a bunch of mid card talent, and maybe that's the goal.
They're
trying
gonna
to
do the Cena Summer Spectacular again, or whatever.
trying to build him back up in the eyes
then
of
what
the
are they gonna
fans.
do
I
with
wouldn't be
Rusev?
shocked. Exactly, and that's why I don't like that. That's
No.
why I think Rusev is perfect in this role, and I've really been enjoying his work
Yeah.
lately, and I would prefer to have the U.S. title on him for now.
Sure, because think about it, last pay-per-view he's fighting Titus, right? So yeah, this is hopefully they drag this out a little bit longer, and we get some good stuff from it. Hopefully they just don't end it right here, which I don't think they will. But all right, guys, I guess the real main event here, John Cena versus AJ Styles, the real main event of the night.
Cena's gonna kick his ass and kill him. So that's that.
Nope.
Kick his
AJ.
ass and kill him.
Yeah.
AJ, 100%.
The only reason I think you would think that, Scott, is because of the way that they ended SmackDown, because they had like basically Cena destroy AJ, and maybe AJ is a better opponent for a future Ambrose.
Nope.
But I just don't see Vince going, this is a TNA guy. Like, I really respect him and I'm gonna give him a good spot, but he's not going over on anybody at the end of the day. Like, that's they don't protect AJ in the slightest, and I don't see them giving a win to him here with Cena.
I absolutely see him beating Cena, 100%.
I would love it, but I don't see it at all.
I'm calling it, and I think that's
I
why.
like it. I like the
I
ballsiness
think
there.
that is going to be why. It's like, oh man, he actually did it.
Yeah,
I think that's why. Because of all the guys do it, it's going to be him to do it. That's
and
why.
I think from your perspective, it looks like it could be because they've been
It's
doing
a Bryan
nothing.
feel. It's a
They've been
Daniel
doing-
Bryan kind of feel. It's like, oh,
I don't know about Daniel Bryan feel, but they've been booking Cena to just be dominant over AJ, like to the point where it's ridiculous. Like AJ has not gotten the upper hand on Cena at all since he beat him by shitty means 2 months ago.
Yeah.
But I know the way that they treat former TNA guys, and I think Vince is probably really high on AJ because of the matches with Reigns were so fucking good.
Yeah.
But
amazing.
at the end of the day, I can't see them putting over a TNA guy clean on their, basically their Superman. I just can't see it. And this is the end of their feud. I think this is the send off. And I totally see AJ tapping out or getting the 1-2-3.
Well,
he's done.
I would not be surprised by that either, unfortunately, because it is Cena.
You
and
don't bet against Cena, son.
But
I mean, that is true.
I'm going with AJ, 100%. But that's why Cena's that guy, because he always has run over everybody,
I
and that's
respect
why
that.
you don't.
He's not stopping anytime soon. The
I see
Cena
AJ.
test is still going, so I'm picking John Cena to get the win.
What do you think?
AJ Styles.
Yeah.
That's me.
I see two different scenarios here that kind of make sense. One, Cena just runs over AJ, and they're shot putting him back up to the title picture to give him that one last run where he ties with Ric Flair for 16, right? Because I think they kind of want to do that. They kind of want to have Cena retire having tied Flair's.
I think. I think
they
he'll
have
top
plenty
Flair.
of time for that.
I was about to
No
say
problem.
he's got a long time left. I think he'll top Flair.
I don't think Cena's got that much time left as you think. I think
Yeah,
he's
I
only
think
got a couple years.
I think he's started to really seriously do other things on purpose because the damage he's put on his body. I think that's what's going to get him in the end. Is he's been going so strong for so long.
Mm-hmm.
I think he probably has maybe 2 or 3 years left max, and I wouldn't be shocked if all of a sudden they were like, yeah, he's had some multiple serious neck problems, and it's like an Edge situation where they found out about it and they were like, he wanted one more run and he's going to go off into the sunset.
Well, then
So
they really need to
would not
start
be shocked.
having him
Oh, yeah.
fucking put people over then pretty goddamn quick. If that's the
No, I
case.
think he's going to be the opposite. He's gonna go over everybody so that he can go down for the final opponent. So like whoever his last guy is will be the one he loses to.
You know what? To counter that one, Matt, if he does go out from injury, whatever, he's going to go out retiring as champion.
I don't think so.
I see him being that
No,
guy.
I think he's.
He would want to go otherwise, but I see
He's
him.
a locker room guy, and he has. I mean, you're at this point, he does what he wants. Like if they offer something to him, and they've even had stories of people that worked there that said that he has final say over everything.
Yeah.
He's the kind of guy that 100% he will lose his final match. There's no way in hell he is going to walk out with a title or with a win. He will go down. I just don't see him doing otherwise.
So that being said, I can see the possibility of him just running over Styles, going back and getting another title shot, getting the title, running with it, and then Styles being built up to the point where he actually beats Cena. But in this match, I'm going with Styles winning. I'm gonna throw another. I guess it's another spoiler in a way, but I'm throwing it out there.
Love
You
it.
seed it now to make it effective later.
Hopefully that it's a better match and Cena doesn't fucking yell his entire instructions out
Oh well,
loud.
you know that's gonna happen.
God,
Oh,
damn.
they're gonna keep those mics away from the ring for that.
Please, God, that ruined the other match. Like the other match went down seriously in points because of that. Please, just
Yeah.
shut the fuck up.
And it was a great
Let
match,
AJ
too.
call it.
Every time I remember that match, now I remember it differently. Where I just you see him yelling the spots instead of just saying them, because
yeah.
he says them a bit louder because he's deaf as fuck. But every time I remember it now, it's I just remember him basically berating Styles in the corner. Hip toss, motherfucker!
This is a really tough call. I would not be surprised if they keep this thing going. I kind of hope they do because these guys are really good, but I don't. Oh man, to me this is a really tough call. AJ won the first one, kind of bullshit. I feel like this needs to be a clean finish. And if it is, it's going to be Cena, I think. But goddamn, man, I really, really badly want AJ to win. Like, really, really bad.
Well, there's more they can do with him.
I
Like,
know.
the only thing I think
There's a
that they
million
can really...
things they can do with him.
Yeah, and there's the only thing they can really do with Cena is have him go against Ambrose.
I
That's
know,
it. I
and
can't
I
see anything
don't
else
want
that
that.
would matter at this point.
And I don't want that because Ambrose will probably lose.
I just saw
You
something
know,
on Facebook that melted
fear is
my
real.
heart. They had Tom Holland dressed up like Spider-Man and went to a children's hospital. Aw,
Yes.
it's so cute.
All right. Anyway,
There you go. Sorry.
Let's get
Inject
to the important shit. Let's get into the important shit here.
Fuck those shit kids.
Yeah, fuck those kids. This is gonna hurt.
Main
my
event.
heart. This is gonna hurt my
Well,
heart.
no
No,
main
I
event.
gotta pick.
Oh yeah.
I'm
correct.
gonna pick Cena. This is gonna hurt my
Yeah,
heart,
he's-
but
he's the safe bet.
I can easily.
He
I
is.
hope this is one where I'm picking with who I think they're gonna pick, but who I want to win is gonna be AJ. Obviously, this is gonna hurt me, but I'm picking Cena. All right, here we go. Mainly because I want to fucking get a win over like you motherfuckers in a little prediction contest is what I want to do. Because anyway, I don't. Dean Ambrose versus Dolph Ziggler, WWE title. Let's just do it.
Ambrose.
Yeah,
Ambrose.
Ambrose. All right, next we're gonna
Yeah,
go.
it would be a huge
Yeah.
mistake.
Because Ziggler honestly could have been worked up to this point in about even 3 months of him
That's-
fighting and scratching and clawing, but not
I'm-
this soon. And this will hurt him.
I'm hoping Ziggler heel turn after this.
Yeah,
Like this
that's what
sends
I
him on
think.
a spiral.
absolutely.
Exactly. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the best outcome. He loses, gets pissed off, turns
He always
heel,
loses. He's
and
always
that's
that guy.
the only way to salvage a loss for him at this point. And he would be he hasn't been a heel in forever. Like,
Yeah,
it's fine. Make him one of the top heels on
He's a pretty good
SmackDown.
cocky
That's
heel. I like
Be
it.
good.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, it's
I
kind
do
of like
think
when Christian went heel. He like was good guy. Fuck this. I'm better
there was,
this way.
If there's one thing that might hurt you though, Jake, is that the rumors that they're really upset with Ambrose over the Austin podcast, like that came out from Meltzer too, that they're
What happened?
super atomic. Well, Austin. Well, it wasn't a good podcast to begin with because Ambrose is a weird interview. Like
Yes,
he always
he
seems
is.
like he's high, but he's just Ambrose. That's how he is.
He's just
Yeah.
super chill. Yeah.
That's, well, he's kind of great,
Yeah.
but
Austin asked him, were you excited or were you happy when you worked with Lesnar at Mania? And Ambrose was like, in all honesty, like he was lazy. Like he's like, I tried to pitch 1,000 ideas to make that special, and he didn't want to do any of them.
Wow.
And so he's like, I didn't really like the match that much because of that. And
So they'll be
apparently-
pissed at him because of how fucking lazy Brock was.
Yeah.
That makes fucking
no,
sense.
because he outed it.
Yeah.
said
Now,
Yeah.
here's the thing that I kind of caught onto that, and I don't know where that is in things, but he was talking to Austin about how he would do an interview and bring something up about, you got a bum knee, and go on, I'll break your knee and do this and this, and he would make something up just to get people talking. Does he have a bad knee? What's going on with the knee?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's what this is leading to some rematch. Maybe he just said he's lazy.
No, I don't think so.
I doubt it, but
Because-
the first thing I thought was that. It's like, maybe he's just saying
And
that. to get people
Ambrose,
talking.
wait,
And
a rematch between who?
No, he's
Ambrose and
saying that
No way,
maybe
that's
he
not
was
gonna
like,
just to,
Yeah, he might
just to
be-
stir some shit.
yeah.
Like
And
to get people
I
talking,
think
like that bum knee thing or something, just to be like, I'll say something just to get people talking, and
Yeah.
suddenly there's more to our feud than just me versus you. It's and
No.
he's targeting this.
I
It
think
could
it's
be
reason
something
why,
like that.
Because when Ambrose cuts a promo on somebody, like he becomes a normal person.
Mm-hmm.
Like, his speech pattern isn't his normal. Like his speech pattern's all weird when he's
That's true,
just
that's true.
talking. And it came off like he was literally just basically he
Just
just was
natural?
asked a question and he
Mm-hmm.
just answered it, and it makes sense because that match was fucking dog shit and it hurt Ambrose.
It had
immensely.
It
so
did.
much potential too.
Oh, it did. It could have been so good,
mean,
and it makes a lot of
the
sense.
build-up
that-
I was about to
amazing.
say that. It makes
So-
sense now. Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, because Lesnar was going to be going to. That was what Meltzer was talking about. That Lesnar was going to UFC. He knew it by then, and he didn't want to risk any kind of injury. So he just basically wanted the safest match
And
possible.
He
And that was
That
it.
was April, and the fight was July.
And he probably
No, but
didn't
he
even
was-
know who the fuck
was
Dean
saying-
Ambrose was.
They were saying that he had already had negotiations and whatnot.
Yeah, he had been training like since the
He's
spring.
talking about it.
Like,
well, he
yeah.
had the triple threat with Ambrose in February, remember too.
Yeah, but
Well,
again, nothing
yeah,
happened.
after that-
It was
after
really
that.
safe.
Yeah, that was his normal match. Then WrestleMania could have been the special thing, and wasn't.
Yeah,
so,
yeah, but he knew he was getting a huge payday from UFC. He didn't want to take any risks or do anything that would potentially hurt him. So that's what happened. And so if Ambrose loses, that's the only thing I could see is that
No.
Vince was kind of pissed off that his champion would
Well-
spout out something like that.
And how about this? Put a Dolph Ziggler heel turn in there to get the win.
No, I don't like it. I don't
No.
want Ziggler with the title.
No, I
just
don't either.
But that makes sense. I can see if they're going to have him go bad,
just
do
don't
it
like
there.
it.
Instead
I
of
think-
having him be upset and turning heel to continue the feud, have him
Yeah.
turn heel to win the belt.
I
and
think
continue.
Ziggler winning the title makes SmackDown look even more jobberish.
Yeah, it
Ziggler
does.
is their champion. I don't like it.
And first of all, fuck Vince if he's going to get pissed at Ambrose for going on the podcast that's on the network and like talking like
honestly.
yeah, and talking candidly about the shit. Fuck
And the
that.
podcast that they can edit and have control over, please, come on. Like, really,
Well,
please.
it's live, so
Yeah, it goes live though, yeah. But no,
Yeah.
either way, no, if they put them on there, because obviously I think they pick the stuff that goes on the network, I believe, right? Don't they pick?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, no.
Oh yeah, they edited parts of it
I
out.
was telling you. I mean, it's not shocking because you know how Vince is. You'd be like, oh well, that doesn't make any sense. Why would he be mad at that? It's Vince. He never fucking makes.
He
sense.
may lose
So,
next month to Bray, but he's not losing to Ziggler though. I don't think.
I'm just saying that came from Meltzer that they're extremely unhappy with him because they
that's-
feel like a champion shouldn't be like that, and if he loses,
What, honest?
You know why he lost.
What? Honest that he got fucking
Throwing
shit on
someone
because-
under the bus.
When has being honest in the wrestling business ever led to good things?
Well, probably
Yeah, never.
You got to be super shady and yeah. Okay.
Never, of course. You're always corporate or shady. There's no honesty.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, I really don't see that happening.
But
Ambrose,
I can't believe I need to go back and watch that podcast though, because even if it is kind of weird, he's super awkward.
It's a train wreck though. Austin was getting frustrated with him the entire time because Ambrose takes like 3 hours to answer a question because he's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could just tell Austin was like, listen, are you going to start talking like a fucking human being? Some bitch.
I didn't like him very much
Because he
so.
doesn't like that shit though. That's the thing. Like Ambrose doesn't like interviews and shit like that. Every interview you watch, he's always like that. He just doesn't fucking like care to be doing it. You can just tell. But anyway,
What's
all
next?
right. We talked way too long for that given match.
I think it's
hopefully.
universal title since that's not going to be the main event.
Yeah, main event's definitely not going to be a title match. So we're going to do.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it actually may be this match, but we'll find out. Anyway, WWE Universal Championship match: Finn Balor versus Seth Rollins to crown the first ever Universal Champion.
Yeah, Rollins. I mean, he's going to be the face of Raw. So this is a good way to make Balor look important right away, and him losing is not going to hurt him here because, in all honesty, most fans don't even think he should have been in this to begin with. So this makes
still
him
a
way more important. Yeah, he's looking way more important than he has any right to be, which is great. That's what they should do with rookies sometimes. So him losing to Rollins is fine. He looks good at the end because he's going to put on a really competitive match.
Mm-hmm.
But Rollins is going to have a good, solid run until they're ready to give the title back to Reigns. So Rollins is definitely winning this.
Can I talk about how upset I am with them making the whole demon thing supernatural?
Well, why did he come out on Raw like that? They should have saved that for SummerSlam. That's so
But
stupid.
the whole interview we had about how myths and legends and you can tap into something and find another part of yourself. It's like, no, he just does face paint to get in your head. It's established. It's not Undertaker like supernatural.
Yeah, they want a new Undertaker.
They're actually having it be this weird persona shit.
Yeah, they are.
Beyond a Foley thing into he's tapping into mythical things.
Yep.
I mean,
Yeah,
They're
I don't like
actually going with that, and it pisses me off to the nth degree. I'm like, this is the stupidest goddamn thing.
Yeah.
Don't do this. And in Seth's history of overcoming Kane with that shit, here we go. And calling him the Demon King, that's what Finn Balor translates to. It's
I just hear Demon Kane every time.
Yeah.
Yeah, really.
Kane.
yeah. But that's what it is. Finn is king and Balor is demon. It's the Demon King.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
But you're so on the nose, and it just shows how much that Triple H had Finn figured out. It's great, and then you get out there, and Vince is like, "Nah, have it be real." Oh,
Wouldn't the
no.
Demon King be like the devil? Just wondering, would that be like the devil? King of the demons?
Okay.
I don't know. Anyway,
But yeah, I literally want Finn to win. It'd be awesome if he did. It'd be a cool moment, but he's not gonna. If he does, he'll lose on Raw. It'll be one of those type things. They'll give him the moment. Cool, happy for you. But the supernatural stuff is the worst thing, and it's detracting from the whole idea of he's actually a good guy out there to go do this stuff. It's not a persona thing, and they're already blowing it. They're ruining Finn Balor and everything that's cool about it, and it's kind of freaking me out a little bit. It's like, man, you're already fucking this up.
Yeah. Rollins needs it, so I'm picking Rollins.
Mm-hmm.
so everybody Rollins across the board.
Regretfully.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
pick Rollins too. But I don't know. I wouldn't be too surprised. I think this is easily going to be match of the night. But definitely not going to be the main event. The main
it's
event's
not
not
the
going to
main
be the main event of the night. That is.
Oh god, it's gonna be so bad too. It's not gonna be good.
The whole thing with Finn too, they should have had him come out and say, "No, you get to see the demon. You don't get to pick when he comes out."
Yeah.
And have him talk him down and actually stand up as a man, and then he comes out as the demon, or maybe even not for SummerSlam. And it's like, no, you don't need this yet. You're not worthy of it. And then he beats him. Like, okay, beat the rematch, and that's where you get the demon.
Yeah.
Like that's the natural thing. But no, he's like Undertaker and Bray Wyatt. He's real magic.
As long as they don't use him every single, as long as he doesn't stay that every single time, I don't.
Yeah.
I doubt it, but they're making it like a Foley thing where he can be that one. Maybe he's this one.
Yeah.
It's the alter ego of Finn Balor. No, it isn't. It's Finn Balor being weird, messing with you. That's all it is. And that's what it was for 3 years in NXT, and now it's like, no, he's got Undertaker power. Look,
I gotta say, I'm not as upset about that. I just think it was really fucking dumb to give that away on Raw, because that's supposed to be his big thing. It should have been SummerSlam when he first came out like that. And the idea, I guess, from a storyline standpoint, he's trying to get an edge psychologically over Rollins by coming out in this, but really the man's just dressing up in a fucking Halloween costume. So why would Rollins be scared about this at all?
Why does he need to get an edge over Rollins? Just come out there and beat him anyway. His history has always been to fight the guy, and then when he needs to, he goes to that route.
It makes sense because the way they're booking this is that these guys are equals in the ring. And so they haven't been trying to get one over on each other physically. I mean, even Rollins' promos is saying that he thinks that they're a match for each other. But that means that they're both playing the psychological game. The entire build-up has just been a psychological one. So the idea, from a storyline standpoint, is that he has this demon character, and everybody's supposed to be afraid of it for some reason. And so he's trying to get the advantage. The problem is, it takes away from how special that would have been at SummerSlam for the first time.
If he wants to win the psychological war, what he needs to do is put the demon out on the into the ring and say, "Here you go." Hands him a little plastic bag and just throw some trick-or-treat candy into it.
Or whip his dick out when he does the demon entrance. He doesn't realize that he flopped out, and nobody knows because they're like, "Is that a part of his costume?"
That's exactly what that is.
He's on TV for 5 minutes before they go, "Oh my god, it's his dick!"
It's another tentacle.
Why is it painted red? Why did he paint teeth on it? He knew what he was doing.
Large, yeah, it's so big. Yeah, it'll be a really good match though. I think that's gonna be the match of the night.
Oh, yeah.
But Rollins is definitely winning.
To its credit, too, the fact that Seth Rollins is talking up Finn as being on his level is good, because normally he's like, I'm better than everyone, so when he talks like a joke, it makes you think, well, then what's the point? If everyone's shit, why do we care about them even trying?
Yep.
He's talking him up. That's good.
That's what a good top-level heel does. They give props to their opponent, and they still trash talk them at the same time.
So when they beat him, it actually matters.
Unlike The Rock.
Yeah.
You're all shitbags.
Yeah, Rock made a living.
Why does it matter when you're starting to lose?
Yeah, that guy went nowhere. Fuck that guy.
But that's what I do.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. It's thankfully he doesn't do that. No,
he's the exception to the rule.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Finn won. I won't be mad. I don't think you guys would either. Yeah, I don't think you guys would be mad either.
I think it's.
I can see it. I would
like it
as a new era. I could see it, but
new era, new title, new guy on the roster. I could see that too.
I think SmackDown should have been the one to get a brand new guy as champion, and Raw is there still there. I don't care what they say; it's their flagship. And Rollins, this is the perfect time for him to kind of have a triple.
Give him so much fuel though, because he's first ever NXT guy, and then first ever Universal. So that gives him a lot of fuel.
The thing that I'm excited too about him getting this title run is, even though it'd be a third time world champion, this would be, in my opinion, this is his second run with a world title, since the second one was so quick.
Yeah,
they never have faith with anybody on their first title runs, and they always book them like crap. So he's got that out of the way. That's done now. They already had that, and now they can give him a really strong second heel run title.
Yeah, as long as they don't make him a coward again. Because, it was a long run, but he was just a coward. But he was booked as a coward.
I don't think he will be this time, because he beat Reigns clean. So
and he's too goddamn good to be the cowardly heel. He's just so legit as an actual contender in the ring that he doesn't need to be the cowardly heel.
He's in a way like an AJ Styles, where he is that good. Yeah. So it should really hold true. And, he shouldn't be a cowardly heel. He's going against a supernatural demon. Mm-hmm. If he's scared of big guys, he should be scared of magic. Yeah. So, right? So it doesn't work there. He should just not even show up. But
that's all I care about. It'll be a really fun match. So either way, that's I don't care about.
Raw wins, Rollins.
There you go.
Yep.
There you go.
So
now it's the real main event.
On to the real main event. the one that you guys are actually the reason you have the network is this match. This match right here. Brock Lesnar versus Randy Orton.
So, this is going to be horrible. I think that
I think the crowd reaction will suck, yeah.
It's going to be traditional Lesnar match without the traditional, like, awesome Lesnar reaction.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's going to be like, this would be like the equivalent of when he fought, like, Rollins. So it's going to be because, you know, there's no different Lesnar match ever. Except for, like, triple threats sometimes, but it's, again, usually when Lesnar's in the match, you get the same fucking thing. There's going to be a bunch of suplexes, but there's no heat behind this because nobody cares about Orton. And they...
No.
No.
That was the biggest lead fart dropped when they announced it was Orton.
Yeah.
Yeah, and when he came back, I mean, that's one of the saddest comeback pops I've ever heard.
I felt so bad for him. I was like, wow, this is embarrassing.
Because he's not loved like they think he is. Like, he's just... people like him as a bad guy, but that's about it.
He's the worst face ever.
If they announced Brock Lesnar will face a former world champion at SummerSlam, and that was it. And then Orton's music hit, the crowd would have reacted.
Sure,
they would have had it in that moment in organic. But then, by the time he sauntered his way down, they're like, "Oh God, no, we got to watch Randy Orton now."
As he walked down,
but that would have been the best case scenario.
Yeah, I agree. Announcing it was a huge mistake. It just took.
There was like, "Oh, really, Orton? We don't care. Has he really been gone 9 months? Oh."
It just made no sense either. Like, how would that come about from a storyline standpoint? They're just like, all right, well, these guys are gonna fight. Like, that's
because
so
they haven't.
It's so uninteresting, and you kind of have to do it sometimes because Lesnar can't be on TV. But you're right. If they just, I mean, even if they just had Lesnar cutting a promo saying that he's, you know, the best and he's gonna go to UFC and he's done, and then Orton's music hit, that would have killed. Like they would have at least reacted to it. It would have, you know, went downhill quick because Orton's terrible. But at least it would have gotten an initial nice pop.
He's not.
He's not as good as people say he is. I don't think he is at all.
Yeah, he's not terrible though.
He's overrated.
He's got his spots. He's really smooth and slick in the ring, but he's not dynamic performer
I've said this about Orton, and I've said it about Triple H. You don't remember a classic Randy Orton match because of Randy Orton being in it. It's who he was with.
Yeah, he's a B-side guy. Like he's the guy who works the best with the A-level players.
He helps make the match great, but you don't remember that classic Randy Orton match. You remember that classic other guy match that was against Orton.
Well, then this match should be amazing. Then.
No,
but depending how lazy Lesnar's feeling, he's got no fight booked, so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, it'll be amazing if he destroys him in 5 minutes, but otherwise people are going to start shitting all over this.
Now, there's a weird thing, too, with the whole stuff that he failed the drug tests for, that John Jones also failed for. The whole talk now is about how Jones unknowingly took it, and there's proof coming that, and he might actually be cleared to fight in a couple months. Mm-hmm. For all we know, it's the same situation with Lesnar, so that could be cleared. Maybe he's got to fight. Maybe he's fighting in New York in November. Who the fuck knows at this point?
Yeah.
But if Lesnar's lazy, maybe he gets a fire lit under him because of the Ambrose Cup. No, I know. I knew that saying that, but
he doesn't care.
We got to look at the options.
I bet you didn't even hear that.
Someone probably mentioned it, and he's like,
I'm sure he heard.
He's like, who's Ambrose? Who's that?
Who's Ambrose? Wait, WrestleMania? What?
Yeah.
This is the problem, though, with having a guy that you pay so much money that has no actual investment in what he's doing. Because Lesnar, I mean, he's publicly, he's public. Well, I don't know about that.
But he's real life.
Real life Baron Corbin, exactly. Yeah. And he doesn't care about wrestling. He never has. And now you're giving him more money than half the roster combined. And he just goes out there and just does the bare minimum. And that's, it was working for him at first because it was like, oh, this is really different. And we've never seen it. But now, I mean, he doesn't have matches. He just has a Lesnar exhibition and it ends.
I don't think he came in doing the bare minimum, though. I don't think that was...
Yeah, I do. I do think he did.
No, when
not against Cena. Not against Cena.
Yeah,
not
he was
against Cena.
Amazing. Yeah.
He did. But right after that, didn't give a shit anymore.
No, see, I think the reason you say that is because once they found out the whole suplex thing, that was like, oh, that we're just going to do this over and over. So I don't really think that was him not trying. That was like kind of his
probably
edge
agreeing on the same two ways to get to the same end result.
Yeah, but okay,
this works better than anything. Do that instead.
What was a good one-on-one Lesnar match that he had since that first match with Cena? Because none. I mean, his Triple H matches weren't that good.
His Cena rematch sucked.
with Cena's were terrible. The only good match that I can say that I can honestly say from a wrestling standpoint was amazing was the triple threat at Royal Rumble with Cena and Rollins, and that had nothing to do with Lesnar. Lesnar was just a spot monkey. Like, Lesnar would come in, do some really cool shit to Rollins because he's Rollins, and Rollins is amazing, and that's it. It was basically because Cena and Rollins killed themselves. But, like, name a one-on-one Lesnar match that's been even halfway good from a wrestling standpoint since...
I like the last one with Taker.
Sure.
Man, I don't know. I think that was Taker, though. I think Taker had something to prove.
I mean,
that's why it was good.
They both went out there and did it. He did his job. Lesnar did his job.
I liked what he did at the Roadblock match with Harper and Kinda Wyatt. There was some cool stuff in that, but it was like some brief moments. It wasn't a good match.
I just don't think it's smart putting all this money on a guy who would straight up leave your company if somebody paid him enough and he could get out of it.
He did.
Because he doesn't. There's no passion behind him anymore. And
Well,
if you're gonna bank on him, Ambrose was the way to go. Ambrose should, especially now, looking back. If they didn't know, obviously, that they were going to put the title on Ambrose, but how much more momentum would Ambrose have had going into that Shield triple threat match if he was the guy to beat Lesnar at Mania?
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. He would have way more than anybody right now.
Yeah, it's just...
Let's just look at it really quickly here. Take out Dolph Ziggler, take out Randy Orton, Ambrose versus Lesnar for the title.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it would be great.
That's a SummerSlam main event in a rematch. And Ambrose got destroyed before. Can he withstand him to keep his title?
Now he's
story.
You know what? That would actually be. I would like that.
Especially after the lazy comments. Oh God, it's everywhere.
It's not going to happen though.
See, that is a great story because now Ambrose is the fucking man.
Yep.
And it's like Lesnar comes back. I fucking beat you. You're not the fucking man. I'm gonna fucking destroy you. And
they would have Lesnar win though. So.
Yeah. Right.
But I mean, I agree.
Yes,
that is way better.
That
That's
would be
way
better than what we're getting in these two matches.
I do agree. I agree 100%. I do. Yep.
On the alternate side, you get Ziggler and Orton.
Just thinking about it more, I'll give you Undertaker. I still think that Taker, the whole reason why their rematches were good because Taker literally had something to prove because that Mania match sucked so bad because of, the concussions.
Yeah.
But the problem is, I would say 90% of Lesnar's matches are just the same thing, and I don't buy into it. And if you buy into it, then he's amazing. You love seeing him suplex people.
Sure.
Great. But I remember how good he was because he could go with Angle. He could go with anybody back in the day. That's the Lesnar that I want. I don't care about this guy who just suplexes people, does the bare minimum, and then just ends it. I want to see the old Lesnar now. It was fun for a little bit.
To stop it.
Yeah, agree. And if they booked it, I swear to God, get Joe out there. Get Joe out there. Have him give Lesnar 10 fucking suplexes. No, they won't.
But you imagine, no, though. That's what I'm saying.
Shinsuke wins the title. Joe comes out at SummerSlam after he destroys Orton.
He's gonna lose to somebody who doesn't matter. It'll be something don't see this.
Goldberg.
Brock is gonna lose to somebody dumb.
I don't
see
that.
Goldberg.
Yeah, I can see that.
Ambrose would have been such a good choice. The classic underdog versus the Goliath, storytelling, and they didn't do it. And I just don't see them ever pulling the trigger on someone. I think the idea, and I think why they're so scared to have Lesnar lose to somebody who is maybe like an Ambrose level, is the fact that Lesnar has Taker's streak, and it's going to be a respect thing where they're like, well, if Lesnar's the one that beat Undertaker, he's got to be beaten by somebody who's already established and a name to make sure that wasn't a waste. And I see it the other way. If they need to give that to somebody who's new or somebody like an Ambrose.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think it could be Roman?
Yeah, I mean that's
where it seemed like it was going.
Yeah, I still think that's the end game. I would not be shocked if at some point they pull the trigger, and because that's what that's
a good rematch
anyway. So
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we're all in agreement. Lesnar, obviously.
Oh, it's gonna fucking destroy him.
I
kind of hope he does. I want that like SummerSlam thing where he beats Cena. Like just squash him in 5 minutes so we can just get it over with. Because I have no desire to see them wrestle each other.
Because there's no way Orton's doing a fucking RKO off, like catching him coming off the top rope or something.
He'll hit it. He'll hit it.
He will hit it. Yeah.
Oh, it will not keep him down. No.
They're gonna do F5 and he'll
spin out of it. Yeah. Exactly.
He'll hit the RKO, and it'll be a near fall, and then Lesnar will
if he hits
him.
an RKO out of the F5, not going to lie, that's going to fucking be amazing.
G.I. Joe's I'm playing with right now. I'm going to practice it. Let's see if it's possible.
Do it, G.I. Joe. G.I. Joe's.
It's going to happen.
It's not really possible. He has to land on his feet first, I think. But, if they can do it, that's cool.
Nah, he'll flip out like an attitude adjustment instead of a proper F5. He will. He'll flip out of it. He will.
They're banking a lot on this being the reason why people watch this pay-per-view, and I don't know anybody who gives a shit about this match.
Dude, it rings true like Orton versus Batista a couple years ago for Mania.
Yeah.
It's like, that's not what you think it is. It's really not.
Nope.
They're just really high on Orton. Yeah.
It just shows how out of touch Vince is.
Yep.
And Orton is good, but man, he's past his he's wore out his welcome, I guess you'd say. He doesn't have another dynamic. He's only he's only a good bad guy as like a, I don't even know what you want to call him as a bad guy. What would
He had the potential to be the best psychopathic fucking heel in the WWE for quite a while.
But he's always a chicken shit.
Well, here's the thing, yeah, Triple H and Stephanie fucking killed him. That feud he had with them, they fucking murdered him forever. Like, just laid him to waste. All the rehab that they did on him has gotten him back to this level, and that's as far as he's ever going to fucking go.
And this level is back to when he was facing Sheamus for the title, and he was the
Yes.
good guy. Ran in Mark Henry in that. It's like, oh, that's cool. It's good seeing you there. That's neat.
Yeah.
Thanks
for showing up, Orton. Nice to have you, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
So overall, looking at our picks, because I wrote all of them down, there's only 3 matches where we have different picks, by the way. So that's interesting. Cesaro Sheamus match. Scott's the only one that picked
My fault.
Cesaro.
I'm probably wrong on it, but
Never know.
It's pre-show though, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
I
you
only
go either way.
count the ones that are on the pay-per-view, not the pre-show.
Funny thing is, other than that, Scott and Lee have the exact same picks. Coincidence, I think. That's a little bit of a coincidence. But
I don't know what you're saying there. I don't know what you're alluding
the
to.
only difference for Zion here, he's got New Day beating the Club. He's got New Day winning over the Club, and I have my difference is Jericho over Enzo and Cass.
Yeah.
Most of our other picks are pretty.
Sounds
much
about
the
right.
same.
he's got Cena winning over Styles.
Yeah, I picked.
Oh,
Cena
that's right.
over
Me
Styles.
and
Don't
Zion,
forget that
yeah,
one.
Sorry.
That's the big one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry. Me and Zion got Cena over Styles, and you guys, Scott and Lee, got AJ.
Yep.
Absolutely.
So it's gonna be interesting.
And
how it
yet,
pans
you know
out.
what's good about that one? Honestly, truly, that's probably the most I don't know match because I could see either way easily.
Sure. There's a couple
Yeah.
matches where I see it going that way. That's one of the biggest ones, though.
But it's a really predictable card.
Yeah, for the most overall as a whole, yeah. Especially
Well, the worst case scenario is Orton beats Lesnar, wastes all of that they put into making Lesnar a monster,
be
and then they continue the feud.
No.
Oh, no.
Well, you know that's not.
No.
Don't
say that. Don't
Yeah,
even.
I'm saying worst case scenario.
Jesus.
That would be awful.
Yeah, I'm gonna get Rab's picks since he won the WrestleMania prediction thing we did. I want to get his picks just so he can maybe just try to defend his big card prediction thing. But we'll see how it goes. Looking at the
So
card,
wait.
yeah.
If Scott and I win, are we like dual champions?
Well, you
Yeah.
can't because
I'm the tag
you
team
guys
champion.
pick Sheamus and Cesaro different, so you can't.
The same
Oh,
person.
okay,
That's
right.
pretty
You're the same person though. You would just be one champion.
I was about to say, yeah. So, out of us 4, we're not going to tie. So,
All right.
I mean, maybe.
Do you
I don't-
guys think that there is a decent chance, because I do, that Lesnar injures Orton?
injures him? Like just pops
Absolutely.
his shoulder out?
Yeah,
Yep.
I do. He's
Nope,
got
no
a
problem.
You're going to
German-
throw him a
that's-
little too hard.
German suplexes are like the easiest way to pop your shoulders out.
He's
Well-
going to fuck him up. Yeah.
German
Oh, yeah, he
suplex,
doesn't
F5. Yeah.
You know what? I wouldn't be surprised if that storyline happened just to get him over for a legitimate knockout type win.
He even was selling that the other
Yeah, he was,
one of the
wasn't he?
SmackDowns. He got thrown out of the ring and started yelling "fuck" and slamming
Was
the
with
wall and
Miz.
shit.
Yeah, with Miz.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
mean,
really think Orton's on his way out. Like, he's been injured too much for that too long. Like what you saying about Cena, I think it's happening to Orton already.
Well, if he gets
Yeah.
hurt again in this match, then he's really not looking good.
no, they'll never push him again if that's the case. This is this has to be his last ditch main event run attempt.
Yeah.
And if this doesn't stick, then I can't. He'll be around for a while, but he's definitely not going to be in the main event from here on out.
No.
Yeah, I can't believe I really don't think this is going to main event. It can't.
I do.
It
I do.
can't though. Just
I
looking
think
at the picture,
Universal
no.
title should, because it's a first ever title, but
Yes.
and on all the
It's
shows,
going to be a great match.
this has been at the forefront.
It's the cross promo match. It's both
Yeah.
brands.
Yeah. Call
Yeah,
me
I
crazy.
think-
I think they've had a good history of doing it before. I think Ambrose and Ziggler are going to open the show.
Yeah, probably, because it's the new world title.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
think
the
they're going to
Universal
have them
title
open.
is the one. Yep,
Yeah.
I agree.
They've done that before, and this will also be a little, oh, hey, if they are mad at Ambrose, this will be a nice little, hey, I know you're the world champion, but we're going to have you open the show.
Yep, I agree.
But
And then he'll lose because Vince hates him and he
he's
hates
not
you.
going to lose. He's not losing. Not to Ziggler. Not to Ziggler. But I'm going to be live tweeting on @JobberRadio. I don't know
As
if
will
if
I
you
on
guys are.
at Matt Zion Wee.
I
good.
will as well.
Perfect.
Cyclops Scott.
And so will Lee. He's going to also.
Probably.
Hey, there we go.
I actually have the opportunity to watch it this time out, so yeah, I probably
Perfect. So yeah, you guys should follow us. Everybody, if you didn't say what, Lee, you can say your tag.
will. I don't even know what the fuck it is.
Oh, well, there you go. Okay.
That's
well,
good branding.
Yep, there it is. It's at I don't know what the fuck it is. So you guys
All
should,
sizzle, no steak.
give us a follow and watch the show with us and talk to us because that's the thing, I guess, on Twitter. Anyway,
And comment about how right or wrong we were, of course.
yeah, because I think it is really predictable, this show overall.
That's
I
the
don't know.
worst part.
I don't know. We did fucking horrible on our WrestleMania predictions. We thought that was really predictable, and we got like
Because
all of
we
those
went
wrong.
with what they should have went with.
True. Okay. For the most part, yeah.
But,
Yeah.
but you know what makes this more predictable is that the fact that the fucking card is loaded with like 15-0 matches that no one gives a fuck about, that you kind of know what the foregone conclusion is. There's only like a couple matches on this that are even worth watching, and they're the ones that are up in the air
Yeah,
a little
Miz and
bit.
Cruz. That's a must see. That's
Oh yeah, fucking get that
Oh,
one.
Miz, please.
Yeah, it will be the Miz. It will be. I don't know. One of the matches I'm really looking forward to the most is End Zone Cats versus Jericho and Owens. I really want to see that. I think that's gonna be
Should
really
be
good.
fun. Should
But
be
that's
fun.
not so much because of the match, but the people in it.
Yeah,
I know that's a weird statement, but you
Sure.
don't you were not dying to see that tag match. But you're just like, hey, Owens and Jericho, cool. Oh, and Enzo Cass. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
I want to see Jericho and Owens do like a heel hug spot at some point where they're getting beat up and then they hug in the corner.
I think if they get a good backstage segment, that would I think they can easily pull off a great backstage segment between these four. That'd be a lot of fun.
Definitely.
Yeah. Owens like kills it backstage. I don't know what he just kills it backstage every time.
He kills everything. Every time they give him the smallest thing, he hits a home run because he's awesome.
Yeah. I agree. He is awesome. I agree. But anybody got anything else before we head out of here and head to SummerSlam this weekend?
Das ist alles. Wiedersehen. Chupacabra.
I'm editing
Fucking
all of that out. That's all
A
been
Mexican
edited out.
Nazi.
I was.
That
going to
was
mention-
German.
It was German.
Yeah, and there were
Chupacabra.
Germans in South America.
I was.
Chupacabra was.
Well, German chupacabras. Come on.
Hey, fick
I
and
was-
do, Scheißkopf.
There is always the NXT show from beforehand, and
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
That's-
there's
that's a
takeover.
thing.
There's takeover, but like
Yeah.
tomorrow night. I think Nakamura should win, but I don't
Yep.
know. That's up in the air. I don't know.
Yeah, well,
And,
we'll just
Bailey
do
is
that one
definitely
match. We'll just predict that one match since we're right here.
Yeah,
that's,
I'm
that's the big one.
gonna
Yeah.
pick Nakamura because Joe really should be on the main roster by now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Same here.
Agreed for that
Nakamura.
reason.
Yeah. I think. I haven't looked at the card to see Bobby Roode's.
Yeah, he's
making
got
his-
his.
Hey, Matt,
in-ring
our
debut.
draft pick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, there he goes.
It was a glorious pick.
I'm still kind of salty
who's
over
he
that.
fighting on the Who's he fighting on the card?
Some guy, I don't know him by his picture. Hold on, let me click the match.
Andrade Almas, the
Almas.
former La Sombra.
Yeah, that's gonna be
Oh, La Sombra.
The guy
Oh,
with the stupid outfit.
yeah,
yeah,
pretty sure
Rude's gonna steamroll
It's
him.
all rude.
pretty sure
it's
Rude's gonna lose that match. That's a given.
Oh yeah.
But how's
Austin
that
Aries
guy?
and Away Jose.
No way, Jose. Yeah, fuck that shit. God damn it.
Yeah, but that'd be cool to see. I've still only seen a handful of Nakamura matches, so
It's great.
it's gonna be fun to watch him and Joe go at it.
I love how Nakamura, like, normally the feuds with Joe, they're all brutal and violent and ready to go. Nakamura's like, whatever, yo, and just being him and doesn't
Yeah,
give a
he's-
shit.
he's
It's
like-
great.
grabbing his nose and laughing. Just
Got your nose, because
Yeah.
he can back it up. It's
Because he's
awesome.
crazy. Yeah, he can. That's what's nice about his character is he can be like a Santino Marella, but then the moment he gets into the ring, he'll fucking kill you.
Yeah.
And
So that's nice.
And honestly, the very first match I seen him in was against Zayn. That's the very first match period
Oh,
that I
That
seen
was my
him in.
first
Nice.
full match. I had seen clips and stuff. That was my.
And
I
first
saw
it
the
was-
AJ match.
and it was
before the Rumble.
fantastic. It was fantastic.
Agreed.
But yeah, that would be cool to see him go over and Joe to come up. I don't know what show he'd come onto. I guess Raw if you want to do that, but
You
I
know
think
what?
he'd be fine on
Have
SmackDown too.
have Joe lose. He flips his shit, wrecks everything. Regal's like, "You're out of NXT. I don't give a shit." and then he's a free agent to get signed on the main rosters.
I feel like
that
if
works.
he-
Like, we're just not handling you down here. Get out.
I feel like if he does lose, though, I feel like they're gonna have to do a rematch. So, like they're not just gonna.
Yeah, they
get rid of
love
him.
their
always
NXT
do.
pointless rematches.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it would work if he's like, no, you don't get one. You leave.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree. That's
That'd
good
be
because then he
cool.
doesn't have
Angry
to lose again. He
I would
just
like
loses
it.
once and then he's out of there.
Exactly.
That protects him a little bit.
And then he comes in to join the 6-woman tag match as the mystery.
That would be
That would be the
imagine
best thing ever.
Joe, and he doesn't try to defeat him. Joe just fucks all of them
Yeah, he
one
just-
at a time in the ring.
Oh.
No,
Bum,
at the same
bum,
time.
bum, 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 bum,
Like when
bum.
you say fucks him, you don't mean just like destroys them. You mean literally.
Sexually, he has
There you
sex
go.
with each of them in front of all of the fans and degrades them. I
That
want to
would
watch
be-
that.
There you go. I don't know if I'd really want to watch that, but
He wants to give him the Samoan sausage.
to his theme song, yeah, that'd be great. But cool guys. Should be exciting. Should be a good weekend. I'm excited.
Yeah, great.
And the draft has worked out perfect so far. So
Nope.
everything.
Oh,
it's not.
oh yes,
I'm kidding.
everything's
Not
spick
even
and
close.
span, Yeah.
No,
I don't-
it literally is a rewind back to the golden.
It hasn't
days.
been. It hasn't been big
Yeah.
bust yet. It hasn't been
Yeah,
a
I
bust
think
yet.
it has actually.
No,
I
but
would
it's-
argue it has been a huge bust.
We're on the Titanic, and I can see an iceberg.
They're from the rating
Well,
standpoint. If you look at it,
they have a
'cause Meltzer's
chance to
breaking
steer
it
away.
down. Their ratings continue to go down, so it didn't stop the hemorrhaging that they're doing right now. They thought that this would at least halt it. It hasn't. So
No, everything
not
we said
working.
about how it would be a big deal at first and then peter out quickly. I
Yeah.
didn't think it would peter out this quickly.
it already has. They're already back to losing audience members.
I'm
so.
calling it. In 2 months, WCW is going to invade.
Dude,
Yeah.
that would be nice. Bring in DDP. Get some yoga going in there. I
Yeah.
like it. But all right, guys. Anything else before we get out of here? Anybody got anything? Anybody at all?
That is that. Nope, done.
No, we're good.
All right. Okay.
Watch
well,
all our stuff.
Yeah, watch our stuff.
Yeah, I don't need you to watch my stuff. I'm
Yeah,
good.
don't watch Reckless Eating. Nobody needs to see that people throwing up. Fuck that.
Nope,
Don't even think about
it's
that.
Only
But,
watch Reckless Eating when we're on Cyan Main. for
Yeah,
gaming.
yeah.
Yeah.
And Jobber Radio. And Jobber Radio.
And Jobber Radio, of course.
Oh yeah. That,
Mainly Jobber Radio. But anyway, guys, let's get out of here. Hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you in, I'd say 2 weeks, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Who the fuck knows?
Yep.
Yeah.
We'll see ya.